How's it going, friends? How's everyone doing? Yo, hi everyone. Addicted to Mosh. Mirutsi. Mirutsi coming in. Oh wait, no. Actually, Addicted to Mosh beat Mirutsi in chat. 2 in chat. Holly Games, Parse, Ergi. How's everyone doing? Dizak. Dragons. Alright, thanks so much, Holly. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I'm sorry I don't stream at a more German-friendly time. Addicted to Mosh by Dragons, I'm assuming you mean, the video that you sent me? But yeah, how's everyone doing today? It's only 11 p.m. in Germany? Well, maybe Holly has to wake up early, okay? That's not bedtime yet. Yes, Addicted to Mosh. We are going to be watching that. I'm just gonna pull up my stuff here. But yeah, some people are old and they sleep early, okay? You're gonna send away all the elders in chat. You all about to acquire some really important knowledge. Oh my god. Okay, so let me pull up. So we have a couple things to we have a couple things to watch. Now I'm gonna get that set up in the background here real quick. Okay. Elden chat. Elden chat makes it sound so much more based. I will say. Now I will say we are I also have to get my listen, next time I swear I'll have all this stuff set up so that we're ready to go, okay? For now, you get to see the shit that goes on behind the screen, okay? The elder chatters. Okay. So, I don't remember why this came up in chat. Our friend here, Addicted to Mosh, dropped it. I have no idea what we're in for, but it looks like we're starting off with a Bible verse, so that's interesting. Alright, chill hop. You can chill out for a second. Alright, let's get this started up, and I do have a couple other videos. I'll show you what they are. So we've got we have a link here from Chodle about sound. I'm gonna load that up as well.
Hey there.
Might as well. Okay. We also have basically boosted content or reused content from him. So we are gonna go over this Discord thing. Basically a Discord murder. And then at the end, I'm kind of not sure what I want to put on in the background for this, but I'd like to do call-ins. So maybe after we get through a couple of these, or at some point, depending on my mood, I will go ahead and we'll just do call-ins, and we'll just chat about anything. So I was kind of torn between like investigating the whole Fusi tube drama, and also like going over the debates. But I guess we'll see what I'm in the mood for once we get around to it. Um, the ads are real, only panda art. Oh no, are we having ads? I'm sorry, Dzek. I do have more. I do have more ads uh than Chris, and I'm not only now realizing that I actually did have all of the fucking videos that I wanted to do today open in another tab, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close all of those down, in shame. So, all right, let's get started on this though. I have no idea what it's gonna be about, but I guess we'll see. Here, let me turn it up. And it's muted.
Okay, let's just start with this. Isaiah 27:1. We're using King James Version. In that day, the Lord with his sore and great and strong
Gotta get that 350.
sword
True,
shall
Dzek.
punish Leviathan, the piercing servant, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Now, is that two things? Is that one thing? There's a lot of confusion around the dragon and the
Yo,
Leviathan.
Wick,
Let's look
how's
here.
it going? Welcome in. This guy is using Ubuntu. Oh god, okay. You know something unhinged is going on? Yeah, yeah, I have no idea where we're headed. Is this serious or not? Is this what's the bet? Uh-oh, not Wick. Oh no, not Wick. Wick TV, hide the women and children.
All right, what you're going to see here is two creatures.
Follow
You call
Wick.
them whatever you
He
want
does
to
good
call them.
content.
That, to me, is a giant fish. And that's the body of the fish and the tail, and that's the fin at the top.
Wait, is this man looking at a picture of the Earth and saying that's a fish? Okay.
The head is
All
pretty
right.
much obscured, but now, so that is one gigantic creature. And if we look closely, we can see the scales and everything. It's a fish. And
Is that how that works?
that's all I can say is it's a fish. Now, whatever that means, I don't know. And what is right above it? A dragon. So we have two creatures here, and they both appear to be dead and decaying in the desert. And this is the dragon. Shown it hundreds, literally hundreds of times. People are getting upset I show it so much. Now, what do we see? I see a great and mighty sword cut
Oh
right
my god.
across
You
that
see?
throat. And that's where it bled out in the desert. Once again, showed it a bazillion times.
Okay,
Now,
hold on
I
a
think he
second.
hit
Hold
him
on a
more than
second. So this person is saying that this is an actual dragon. What are they are they trying to say that like this dragon laid here, or that the land was physically like, hello?
once, because I found some other cuts down here that are not as catastrophic, but still like
I see a dog humping
maybe
Pars's
got
leg.
whacked a few
Oh,
times.
dragons
Now,
are
and
awesome.
that dragon goes the entire length of North Africa, and it is completely red. If you look very closely,
Red?
you can see all the redness to it. And that's what they talked about, the red dragon. And this is the red dragon.
It's like, okay, hold on. This is like you know when you used to like look for shapes in clouds. I only believe in smaller dragons. This is BS.
Texture of its
The size, it's such a huge.
dragon wings or whatever they were.
That person is Roger, and Roger is the head of Mud Fossil University. Okay, what the hell is Mud Fossil University? Is it like Prager University?
And when this happened, this was an ocean. So, because he said they lived in the sea, and he said, "Oh, Roger, how do you mean? How, that's not an ocean; it's a desert." Well, it is now. And it was an ocean. And what happened
Well, it
was
is
right
now.
over here. You see that? ran out just like a funnel right out into the ocean. And Plato talks about it is when
Wait, I think
Atlantis
there was a
collapsed.
QAnon
Atlantis is right
anonymous
there.
episode
This
about this
whole
guy.
thing ran out. This whole ocean drained right out there. Plato said they will never talk about mud again after this event. There was so much mud, and there was a
Oh wait, okay, it's called. Wait, is this why it's called Mud Fossil University? Because he sees fossils in mud?
strait. They talked about the straits being a problem, and this happened right over here, right over the edge of the straits. It gave way. You see, and all of that cascaded down into the ocean. So there is your ocean or your sea. There was, I think they called it the Libyan Sea at one point.
Also, the
And there's the
scrolling
two
noises are
creatures.
the
I don't
best.
know. It looks like it to me. I see something going on there. So let's
When he like
go a little deeper.
aggressively zooms
This
in.
gets pretty interesting because this goes into Revelations, and Isaiah talked about these creatures. I mean, it's hard to even put into words.
I rarely see mud without seeing a dragon's fossil in it. He looks at his whole channel is like that. He looks at big petrified trees and starts talking about dicks. Oh my
What to say? What
god.
do you say? I never even could. Who would ever, in their right mind, think any of this stuff could be possible? But if to deny your eyes, then you got an issue. So we have
Chat, you can't deny your eyes. What's the quote? Why are you always drinking delicious looking things? I'm addicted to boba. Yeah, who in there wrong? He's right. Yeah, I know. I hate you for that. Hold on, Murti, I'll talk about this in a second. Okay, I swear. I want to get through this.
to think, at least think, and then you can laugh if you want. But if you don't think, after seeing what I just showed you, then I don't know what to say about your mind. Because this is pretty serious stuff if it's true, and it appears to be pretty accurate to me. Something in the ancient texts and the ancient days and the ancient people, they knew all these things very well until very recently when we became enlightened.
Ooh.
And then we said,
His
oh, no,
fucking
no,
his
everything
fucking laugh is
evolved from
great
dead
though, I
dust
gotta
and a
say.
big bang. There's no God, there's no creation, that's all nonsense. They're talking about monsters, dragons, leviathans. What a bunch of morons. Well, they said that would happen too. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
just
god.
amazing how accurate
Y'all, they said that he said that people would laugh at him, and now it's come true. That's how you know he's telling the truth.
the ancient words were. Okay, I'm leaving it at this for today. King James Version, Revelations 12. There appeared a great wonder in heaven.
Also, sir, you do not need to like point at the screen when you're reading. I think like people can. Okay, never
A
mind.
woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, standing on the moon, upon her head a crown of 12 stars, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pained to be
Welcome
delivered.
in, Bilderberg.
She
How's it
had a
going?
baby on the moon. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having
Oh, this is where it's going. It's going to Armageddon. I should have known. Okay, all
seven
right.
heads, 10 horns,
Oh
and
wait, I should
seven
have known.
crowns
It
upon
literally
his
says
heads.
fucking
He was
Revelations.
there to
Yeah.
devour the child. He drew his tail back and drew the third part of the stars of heaven, which was supposed to be 600
Revelations didn't keep me.
watchers.
Okay. See, I didn't even think about it too much. You know what I mean? Until I saw the Bible verse on the first screen, and then I was like, oh, okay, hold on. All right. Roger's on every do not answer list in every university there is. Do not as in he calls into every university, and they always they have literally a list that says don't answer this dude.
200 would
Or
be
maybe
one
email.
third, and cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with
When's
a
he gonna
rod of
talk about the
iron.
fish
Her
though?
child was caught up unto God.
How
through
does the
his
fish
throne.
play into this?
Could that be Jesus Christ? Could that be some future ruler? It sure sounds like it. I have no idea. We're going to get into this very deeply, and there is depth All right. We're going to have to get some interactive podcasts going on and so forth. I'm
God
trying to
damn, this is
work on that
serious,
now,
y'all.
but it's I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I'm just sort of a babbler. I research and
He's
then I
a
want to discuss it.
babbler.
And I have gotten a lot.
He has a really angry video of him ranting at the universe, and he's already answering everyone.
You know, I probably have
Oh
more
no.
people doing research and reporting to me than any other research facility on the planet because these people are really interested and this is all new information. So nobody really has any of the answers to this yet. I don't have the answers. I'm looking for them. I'm searching, but I don't have. There's like a ton of answers I don't have, but I got more answers than anybody else at this point because I know about the mud fossils. Until you start learning about the mud fossils, you understand the mud fossils. You're just walking around in circles. You might as well just be laughing and giggling in the woods.
Chat, this is the first ever stream to talk about the mud fossils, I bet. Okay? Um, you've all been walking around in circles, going nowhere. Um, so I want you to congratulate yourselves for being here today. Um, from now on, you are enlightened, and you will henceforth go out and learn about the mud fossils, and question mark, question mark, question mark, and then profit. I I don't know. Maybe you'll be saved, okay? I don't. Maybe he'll tell us what we do next.
Throwing sand up in the air,
I'm being
screaming
cultured
and
on the
pulling your hair. Because
Yeah, so
that's
you don't.
exactly what you're doing. You're
We
doing
need a
absolutely
mud
nothing.
fossil
So
emote to
you
help spread.
understand mud
Hey,
fossils? You have no clue
it's not a bad
about
idea.
reality.
Mud fossil emote.
That's my claim, and it is a fact.
That's my claim, and it is a fact, chat. What the fuck was that? Does he have the angry rant
Okay, my
emote? We now have proof of mud fossils. Wait, hold up. This is great. We now have proof of mud fossils, okay? Videos. Why does light change if you observe it? Typhon was a dragon that lived by the sea. Wait, no. Are you serious? This is a Puff the Magic Dragon shit. That is my claim, and it is a fact. You know! Let's see. Grand Canyon is light a particle away, but both are neither. Yale takes credit for Roger Spurr's mud fossil discoverers and agrees Rogers is right all along. Okay, that's 20 minutes or I would watch it. What is this green monster? Looks like a sculpture that has algae on it, but okay. Alright. Do we live on a strange planet or are we simply strange people? Okay, y'all, do y'all get the like that what was that quote from that kid? I'm getting this I'm getting that vibe. Uh the okay, I don't Jaden Smith, right? Remember what he said? He said like how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? Like I'm getting that energy from this guy. Except, obviously, I thought that was Puff. Yeah, it was Puff Mirutsi, but actually, it wasn't Puff. Puff was like a liberal lie. Okay, it was Typhon. And he said my dad's a giant dick. He did. That's hilarious. BBC claims this is giant fungus. I say giant, yes, but fungus, no. As you will see, and I show proof. This is not how you do a title. Look at the fucking title getting cut off. And it's just like two other words. I show proof. I can't remember anymore what he said about Petra, but I think he compared it to lady parts. Oh my god. That's hilarious. This guy is weird. I'm gonna have to do a dive on him, I think. What's his name? Roger what? You know, I could just use my button that... Yeah, we go, okay. Learn about the true nature of rocks, even the ones on space. Hello? Is it just doing that? Oh, here we go. Recent... Oh, okay, here we go. Recent DNA verified mud fossils are body parts. What? Hold on. Recent DNA verified mud fossils are body parts, and CAT scans show anatomical details exquisitely. Mud fossils are perfectly preserved, mineralized now stone soft tissues due to continuous wet anaerobic mud-packed conditions. You will learn how to identify these mud fossils, how they came to be, and the ramifications, which are far-reaching. You will also see that Comet 67P is completely biological, and the chemistry and anatomy and gaseous emissions are unimpeachable. We're looking at this channel. Let's go. This guy believes mountain ranges are the bones of ancient dragons. Yeah, we just watched basically about like the dragon from Revelations and like how the top of North Africa was actually like a gigantic fish, and like stop stabbing it with dumb ideas. Yeah, okay, but like okay, now I understand what he's actually saying, that land was a animal. This channel is such a good meme. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" um. Okay, here are the details. Respectful, factual questions based on the video evidence presented are welcome. If you are disrespectful, you are instantly gone. No tests except by you for you. How many subscribers does he have? He has 184,000 subscribers. I don't know if that's a lot. I feel like that's not a whole lot. I mean, 100,000 is when you get. I don't know. I think that's a lot of subscribers, but you know, like I also have only 15, so. Open mind requires nothing taught is correct now because all knowledge is based on a false premise. Okay, hold on, what? You don't want to be on his radar? Okay, that's fair. That's a lot. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. This is funny. Wait. Nothing taught is correct now because all knowledge is based on a false premise. Wouldn't that include what he's telling us? Why don't you shill your channel? I didn't even know you had one. Okay, no, Miritzi, I literally just made it. Like, you know, it's so, you know, I've only just like started doing it and I haven't put out any like content yet technically. But here, I will let me go ahead and link it to y'all so that y'all can so that you guys can maybe drop me a subscribe. Why is Twitch censoring it? Wait, why is Twitch censoring what? By the way, no charge, no credits. What does that mean? No charge, no credits? What's no charge, no credits? Oh, the word shill? The hell? Was my chat stopping you from saying something? Damn it, didn't open my app. Schiller. Oh my god. Schiller with the hard ER. Jesus. Here, let me get rid of this. Okay, I don't know what no charge, no credits means, but this is a weirdo. Oh, like start out shill in Barutzi's message. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, that's weird. I have not seen. Oh, I think that might be like your own settings. That might. Maybe you got, like, I don't know. Maybe you got kicked out or you had to log back in. Yeah, check your settings. How do you know I'm not just fucking with you? But yes, please go ahead and like the stream. I am going to like you should show up in chat if you do say something in the chat. Roger Waiter, no way. But yes, I do plan on starting to put out content. What the I need Heem's like button. What the beep? Because the Twitch sets the stars are purple. Ergy, how the hell do you know that? Oh wait, it's because you're actually seeing it. Jeez. Okay, he's a weirdo. We need to. I'll try to find like a good like overview of like the weird shit he does because don't get me wrong, I don't mind watching his stuff, but I feel like it'll be a lot of rambling. You know. So I'll try to find someone who's done a dive on him. And we'll or if one of you guys knows a good dive on him, um, like a good overview of his stuff. I don't want to hit subscribe. I don't want to get on his radar. That's what you think, but once you see the truth of the mud fossils, all things are possible. Try the Planner Work channel on YouTube. Planner Work. About this guy? Or are you just saying like that channel in general is pretty good? Oh, interesting. Ooh, okay. What mud fossil? Time for an alt account, also future content. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, hold on. A man discovers rocks and thinks it's the remnants of Godzilla. Okay, we'll watch this. Let's see how it goes.
Ahoy hoy, I am Planet Walk, and I have some bad news for everybody. The mud fossil people are spreading. When making my last video, I came across a channel called Mudman Research, and it seems as though they are a graduate of Mud Fossil University. Except with Mudman Research's videos, they're all filmed
It's an
outside,
actual university?
and he claims that whatever he's found is some creature even though it's just a rock. So with Mudman Research, I'm just going to call him Mudman from now on because it's much easier to say than Mudman Research. So I found Mudman when searching for interstitium.
What if his mud fossil gets hit by a fudge missile? I feel like you could very easily come up with like a tongue twister.
Balls. And I found a video which was him down at the beach showing everyone his balls.
Okay, I had to go grab the GoPro and get back down here and the battery's dead. I had to go get it. Okay, I want to get, because these are interstitium. And the reason I know that's why they turned this all sandy material with the solidness they have, and they don't have the blocky, chunky, fibrous that you'd find in a tendon ball.
Okay, it turns out that he's showing people rocks and not.
Okay, so like he's actually okay. Lana Walk is a lovely person. I'm not sure of their pronouns, but Lana has a video about pronouns at all. Okay. Miritsu, did you say that they go by she?
Not showing his balls. That was a close one. But it really seems like he's taking lessons from Roger here. I mean.
Oh, wait, real quick. Oh, crap. Okay. Planner is either they or she. Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you, Mirutsi. Okay, real quick before I forget, Mirutsi, okay, to answer your question, right? This is just iced tea. This is just iced tea. I usually like I can't be arsed to spend like $6+ on boba tea from the store, so I just started making my own basically. There should be a newer video about them coming out of strands. Okay, that makes sense. It looks pink and delicious. It's just iced tea. It does not look pink. Oh, the lights are probably making it look pink. I do want to get some taro powder, so that I can make like the purple drink. You know, the taro drink. That looks like this. My son like drinks loads of bubble tea. I mean, look, if you get your own stuff and you get your own like tapioca pearls, then like it's like dirt cheap to make. What's the actual difference between boba tea and iced tea except for the balls? I think, okay, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know that there's a huge difference. I think that there is a way that you can make, I mean, you can make it up with any kind of tea you want, right? Kombucha tea, ooh. I don't think I've ever had kombucha. The other thing that I do, Ergi, is that I, make like a simple syrup from, brown sugar, and I just keep that in my fridge. And that's what I use to sweeten the tea. I don't know how iced tea is normally sweetened, but I feel like it's sweetened when it's like made hot, right? And then it's like chilled. I just usually make the tea the night before and I put it in the fridge. And then like before stream, it just like literally takes me 5 minutes to boil the tapioca pearls, and then I just like throw everything together. Sugar, yeah, sugar. Well, I mean, yeah, but like I guess I don't know if there's a difference. You know, I think that fundamentally, I think that they're all the same thing. It's tea, it's milk, it's what? It's sugar. This sounds like so much effort. Just go to Starbucks. Maruti, I don't have money. I don't have that kind. I don't have Starbucks money. Tarot card. People get really mad if you take the first card. 4 cards. Apparently, you don't do that. Even when the spirits tell you to. The last 4 don't work either. Caps. Purple burglar whiz. Wait, whiz? But yeah, okay, so taro is like it's a root. And so this gives you a more like creamier, almost like a nutty taste. I had boba tea a few times. It was a fun experience. I don't know if the balls really add anything taste wise. They don't really taste like anything. If anything, they'll taste like the syrup that you put. I almost choked on it the first time I sucked it off to the stop. Yo, Murutsi, what the fuck? Buy some damn stuff. Murutsi, thank you so much for the gift here on sub. Holy shit, what the fuck? Why didn't it say your thing? No. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Hitting a Procman, Giga Chad led, DZX sourcing support, crawl the wall. Yo. Thank you so much, Marutsi. Okay, look, just for you, Marutsi, the next time I stream, I will go get some damn Starbucks, okay? Jesus, Marutsi. Now you have to give subs again for the notifications. No, I'm gonna try to pull it. I'm gonna try to get it. Hold on. Hold on. Why didn't it say that? That was annoying. The TTS has been a bit of a fail so far. Thank you again, though, Murutsi. Hold on. Let me try to get this. It's not gonna be the same if I don't actually like hear the narrator telling me. Well, that just plays the thing. Fuck. Alright, well, I'll figure it out, okay? I promise. I think it might be that, like, the sub sound didn't have, like, the message thing. I don't know. I'll have to set it up. But I do appreciate it, Mertzi. Balls always add something taste-wise, Ergy. Dizek, you are not wrong there. You're not wrong. Okay, alright, let's get back to this.
This is the exact same kind of stuff that Roger was talking about in my last video. But as it was pointed out in my last video, the balls that were being talked about were CD34 plus cells. But seeing as none of these people actually say the term CD34 plus, I don't think they actually know what they're talking about for some reason. You know, it would be so easy just to say, yeah, these balls, they're CD34 plus, and these were what these rocks are. But they don't say it. Although I suppose if they did say that, they'd still be wrong. They'd just be a little bit smarter about being wrong. The reason being is because cells do not grow to be this size.
So that's what these are. These are interstitium. And I believe the reason I wanted to get a closer up, I believe this may have been where the straps attached. A bunch are gone, but this could have been, looks to me like, in fact, I'm almost positive, this is where
the straps
would have attached.
Interstitium balls?
Here
with eroded
here.
straps?
So what he's trying to say is that these so-called balls were attached via straps. And as evidence for that is a couple of holes in a
What
rock.
are these?
Do all rocks have those holes? I highly doubt it. It seems
Yo, a
like you
little
found
bits.
one
Welcome
rock
in.
that you think supports your idea, and so you're saying
What kind of
all
balls?
the rocks in the vicinity.
It's like I missed it, but it's like an acronym, right? A ball strap. Yeah, no, but what kind? Interstitium balls. But then there was also an acronym of like numbers and letters that he said earlier. Interstitium. Big balls. I mean, not that big, right?
Must be interstitium balls. I'm pretty sure
Interstitium.
that's something of a composition fallacy. Just because something is true of one thing doesn't mean that it's true of all those things.
I
What the
believe.
hell?
I could be wrong, but I do believe that is what's going on there.
I hate to break it to you, Mudman, but you are wrong. You're believing some crazy stuff and trying to justify that. If the foundation of what you're saying is wrong, then most of what comes from that will
The
also
top
be
video
wrong.
link is from Mudman Research. Oh, Jesus.
And then here's a couple here.
Okay, I see. Because he thinks that they're together in pairs, so this is like obviously balls, right? Also, real quick, I know I'm like I know I'm like being all distracted today, okay? But Murutsi, just because you've been asking, I promise we're still in the works for this, okay? But I wanted to show you what we've got going on here, okay? And here, let me just make this big so that you can maybe see it. Oh, it doesn't get any more. It doesn't get any bigger than this. What the fuck? Okay, here. Okay, so no, not yet, Murutsi. I promise. Murutzi's so excited. Murutsi wants to make the bird poop. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm working on some animations. Okay, and like so far, I've got like a bonk. Okay, I've got a poop. This is gonna look like it's dancing, but it's like doing it over and over again. But that's what it's gonna kind of look like when it poops. Okay. I'm still working on this, but I don't know if this is still in progress. Kook, boob. Okay. And this is the walk I've got so far. Okay. I'm still very much new to this. Still learning animation. Okay, dude. I have like a load of things, a load of behaviors that I've got planned. Peck Heem's eyes out. Okay, I actually got some banger ideas from Tuna Chip. I think it'd be really funny if there was a ban button, like a gigantic ban button, and every time we ban someone from chat, we could make the bird like go over and like fucking slam the. Can we dress him like Pitler? Well, okay, so here's the funny thing. I'm gonna want to like figure out how we can because there's gonna be some like aggressive behaviors as well. So I think that'd be funny if we could like not actually peck Heem's eyes out, but you know what I mean. I'll use this awful thumbnail fiction. Confess action in occupied Poland circa 1941. But yeah, I'm working on some stuff now. Okay, I promise, Murutsi. As soon as I get this stuff up, you will be the first to know, and I will personally make sure that you are the first person to type poop. Okay, and actually make it poop. So that's what I'm working on in the background here. I'm actually still working on like some of the what's the word? Here, let me show you. Like some of the like here. Here, it's gonna look weird as it comes up one by one, but I had to hide all these. I should have just like kept them up, but so I'm working on a flying right now. Not flying, just even flapping wings. I know he's really small. Still some soreness about him, I see. Yes. Well, it's funny because it's turned into a lot of memeing, okay? He's like it's turned into a lot of memeing. Uh so, I can't tell what's actual saltiness. Can we make him vomit too? That would actually kind of be funny. Like this guy vomiting. I have had birds who get like my first parrot. That way, anytime anyone says something we don't like, we can make him puke. That's actually a funny one. I'm gonna write that down. But here, let's keep watching this.
And they break off like that. And then so we got the top of one here.
I believe they would have been in a fabric matting to hold things in place.
This is exactly like the man that discovered clouds. In fact, I'm going to name this video Man Discovers Rocks, and whatever I think of after that. Because they're both relying on the exact same types of leaps of logic to get to their position. You can't just look at something and say it looks like this thing or it looks scary and base
That's
your
what I said
conclusions
earlier.
off of that.
Rewatched.
You actually have to figure out how feasible your explanation is, because if your explanation requires that the laws of physics break in order to be viable, then it's not a feasible explanation. And as Scotty would say, you cannot change the laws of physics.
Rewatch,
Actually,
yep.
I should probably expand on that a little bit, because there will be people like Roger and like Mudman who will come along and say, what do you mean? This isn't changing the laws of physics, it's just biology. But you see, biology is ultimately constrained by physics. If something is impossible due to physics, then it will be impossible in biology as well. Because you see, if you had a creature that was, I don't know, let's say the size of Mount Everest, then that creature would just collapse under its own weight. There is no way that it would be able to support itself. And
okay, I've actually heard about this. That there some of the biggest dinosaurs, like that's kind of the extent of how big an animal can actually get before it starts being essentially liable to collapse under its own weight. Fat shaming dinos, Sag. Yeah, I mean, I kind of can get it, right? Like, they just wouldn't be able to move unless there's more oxygen in the air. Welcome in, Brick Griff. Fat shaming even after recent events. SMH. I do have new emotes in chat. Wide emotes, okay? Yeah, there you go. Brick Griff, I have, is that like is that the whole thing where we used to have like gigantic dragonflies and stuff back way back when, and now we don't because there's just less oxygen in the air? The ancient atmosphere may have allowed larger creatures, I think. I have heard of that, but I didn't know that it was relevant to like the age of the dinosaurs, you know what I mean? That's a horrifying thought. Yeah, Marutsi, we had bigger bugs. We had even bigger bugs. We probably had dragonflies that, size limit is just a gravity issue? No? There have been large centipedes? Oh man! Gigantic dragonflies. Oxygen? This is how I research things, okay? Okay, summary. The giant dragonflies of ancient Earth with here. With wingspans of up to 70 centimeters or 28 inches, are generally attributed to higher oxygen and atmospheric levels in the atmosphere in the past. God damn! Hugs as big as fuck off with your isopods and insects. Okay, cool. Okay, but like, actually, I feel like dragonflies are, dragonflies would be scary, right? Straight, dirt hands, anti-gravity magic, dumb dinos. I'm just not a scientist, I just play one on TV. Do you stream, Brick Griff?
There are tons of other issues.
Surely you've heard of Mud Fossil University. That's what we're kind of watching about.
Have as well.
Infrequently. Well, I'll drop you a follow in.
How do you get nutrients to everywhere in that body when you're the size of a mountain? I mean, it's really no wonder that when people like Roger and Mudman find these things that they say are remains of creatures that used to be as large as mountains, that they're all dead because they wouldn't be able to live. It also makes you wonder how there would be so many of them.
Also, thank you for the follow, Brick Griff. I didn't realize. I didn't know if I don't know if I saw.
You wouldn't have a whole lot of these creatures, would you? But anyway, let's take a look at a bit of a newer video from Mudman. Take it away.
Okay, I'm just doing this really short video because I...
Oh no, what's he going to say about this?
You know, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think that it would take a lot to blow your mind. In fact, I think this will blow your mind, okay? Watch this, right? Look, on the wall, there's a doggy. That's the kind of thing that will blow your mind, I think. Because you saw that, you're now going to try and prove that every wall is actually secretly a dog.
Geologists can't pick up, academia, whatever. These basalt columnars, what they call them, you know, it happens, they think it happens at the surface. But you notice they're in bundles, okay? There's no way that they'd be magma under the surface, forming perfect hexagonal columns, and then also forming the bundles. These bundle packages, okay?
Now, I don't know about you, but this actually makes quite a bit of sense to me. Especially seeing as far as I know, the reason why these patterns form is due to magma cooling. And as magma cools, first it will solidify,
Nature famously never creates patterns.
then it will start to contract. This contraction causes it to start cracking. At least that's the way that I understand it. Now, if that's what's happening, then there's really no reason why you can't have big cracks, and then within those big cracks you have smaller cracks. It really doesn't take a lot to explain this, and it makes far more sense than whatever explanation that you're about to spout. Also, I do have to say that my explanation could be wrong, so if you are a geologist, feel free to correct me in the comments if I have just been completely wrong with my explanation.
That's
Oh,
absolutely
no, Parse.
impossible. Okay, this should end the whole discussion about mud fossils and giant carcasses. Just this alone with these fibro bundles. Okay?
Fibro
I mean, the fact that
bundles.
physics makes the creatures you think exist completely impossible should end the discussion. But by the looks of it, the discussion hasn't ended yet, unfortunately.
But oh no, we got to go on and on because that's not good enough. This here
The
should be
Dunning-Kruger
over the top,
T-shirt is killing me.
mind-blowing.
I
If
actually
anybody-
really love that T-shirt. That's actually really fun. I want to see what it says on the rest of it.
half a brain.
Dunning and Kruger. You know what? I can probably find it online. I'll pull it up in a second.
Because this is what you're looking at, actually.
Oh, I see. This
These
is.
bundles.
Oh no,
That's
he thinks
what
it's
this is.
muscle.
Okay?
Or wait, is he thinks it's?
So if
Oh
you're
yeah,
a
muscle.
geologist, an academic, or whatever, you need to explain these bundles, how these columns formed in bundle packages. Okay? That's impossible. It's biology. This is biological, not geological.
I mean, I'm not a geologist, and I was able to give what I think is a decent explanation. But here's the thing, Mudman. You're the one that has to give an explanation of how creatures that are just absolutely towering above mountains can exist without breaking the laws of physics. I know you want Godzilla or whatever your favorite kaiju film is to be real, but those are just fiction, not reality. Now, I was actually thinking about covering another video within this.
Also, okay, hold on a second. The other thing that I was going to ask is like, obviously these people aren't like, they're not like, they're not. I don't know if they really overlap with like the young Earth creationist movement. Like they clearly think that like all of this are like, you know, fossils like have taken a long time to like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like they clearly must think that thousands and thousands and thousands of years have passed, right? Not just like 6,000 years. So do they not understand that like would they not understand that like even erosion, things like erosion, like with the balls, like surely after thousands and thousands of years, any like place for like the strap to insert itself into wouldn't be there anymore, right? That's just how it works, right? Fossils and climate change are pranks the devil played on you for lacking faith in God. I found Roger's most important video. Want to see it? Yes, Addicted to March. Put it in the Discord. We'll watch it after this. I'm just fascinated now.
Video. But then I realized something. The channel that I've been covering is only a backup channel. It turns out that his main channel is actually called Tyson's Mud Fossil Adventures. So yeah, definitely seems like a graduate of Mud Fossil University.
Fossils were formed during
I also
the flood?
noticed that in the comment
Oh,
section
God.
of the video that I just covered, Mud Fossil University left a comment. Agreed, Tyson. I've tried to present evidence to experts and academics and geologists for 10 years, including DNA tests, and they refuse to examine it 100% of universities. I would like students to challenge their professors respectfully to explain mud fossils and, one more thing, invite Mud Fossil University as a real school
Oh
into
my
your
God.
online classroom to discuss this intellectually with students and teachers, all asking and answering. So, Roger, Mud Fossil University is not a real school. Just because Tyson managed to graduate doesn't mean that it's a real school. I mean, Kent Hovind graduated Patriot University. Patriot University is not a real university. It is a diploma mill. Essentially what I'm saying is, if I was an employer and I saw someone had graduated from Mud Fossil University, that person would not be getting hired. But as for the first part of the comment, all the evidence is pointing at something and saying, this looks like this. So therefore,
I can't believe I spent 6 figures on a degree that didn't include mud fossils. Yeah, Marutsu, you wasted your money. Sorry.
they are the same thing.
I'm sorry to
That's
break it
not
to you like
something
this.
that a geologist is going to take seriously. There is a reason why I'm wearing the Dunning-Kruger top today, and that is because I think that the mud fossil community as a whole, I'm sure there's more than just Roger and Tyson, but they really are the embodiment of Dunning-Kruger. But I guess at the same time, I'm not even sure that they have a little bit of the knowledge of the subjects that they're talking about. It seems like they have no knowledge in the subjects that they're discussing, so they just make stuff up. But as I said earlier, Mudman does have a main channel. I'm not going to cover any videos from that today, but if you do want me to make a video on that, let me know in the comments. But anyway, leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Make sure you ring the bell notification icon so that you get notified of when I post new videos. As
Is it
always,
a better-
big shout out to my $20.
Is it a better investment than Trump University? Yes. Okay. Definitely. Yeah, I am going to, here, I'm gonna put this person's channel in, if y'all aren't already following this person, go ahead. Give it a subscribe, give it a like. Let's see if Addicted to Mosh has sent us the goods. How can we explain these strange rock formations? Okay, alright, let's see. Actually, you know what? Before we move on, I don't know if anyone has asked about the t-shirt, but I'm going to ask about that real quick. As my form of t-shirt. Shirt. Okay. Alright. I've done my part. I've been a nice soy ethical React Andy streamer, okay? No one at me.
Okay, my good friends, Roger once again. Let's just start off by saying that this
You know, I've watched so much Mudahar that I was like, in my head, I was like, Mudahar here.
is not going to be for kids specifically.
Oh no, no
because I'm going
kids.
to be showing
Hey,
body parts.
hey. Oh, he's gonna be showing body parts. So kids, if you're in the chat, you gotta fuck right off. Okay, I'm sorry. Clearly, that's a fossil of a giant's foot. Okay, also hold on. Does it actually? Will you be watching the Coffee House Crime bit? Yeah, I will. I will. Okay, real quick. Does he actually show parts on screen? Addicted to Mosh? Do you know?
That are, you know,
Oh my god,
anatomical.
44 minutes.
You know,
I don't know
not
how much of
porn.
this we'll actually watch
Everybody's got
because
one or the
it's
other,
44
so
minutes.
I'm going to be showing that kind of stuff. It's up to you what you want to do about showing your kids these kind of things, but I think any adult is capable.
Is it possible for someone to kill you with toxic stupidity doses of osmosis? You know you can speed up the... Oh yeah, true.
Handling what I'm going to be showing, although their mind is going to be exploded. These are people walking here. This is a foot. Now, I am pretty deep into...
Is he using a feather to point?
Anatomy and so forth. And I've worked with some of the top anatomists in the world, and nobody's giving
Well,
me any
depends on
dispute
if
about
he
what I'm
claims or
showing.
not.
That's
Okay,
a foot.
gotcha.
And that's the bone coming up the leg.
He's
and
actually
these are
using
where
a
the tendons
feather.
are, and it's eroded, and this is what the flesh turns into, is this red powdery...
Okay, wait, so they do believe in they do believe that, like, or they at least acknowledge that things are eroded. So then what the... And she always uses a feather?
dust and clay and so forth, depending upon the conditions it's in. Now, like I say, I'm going to show you...
Is that a colossi dick
from
from Shadow Colossus?
that
Oh,
are going to show that these, you know, that we're going to talk about it. We'll discuss it. And I'm going to probably, well, I know I am going to bring in Brian Forrester's work. Now, he has nothing to do with me. I'm not associated to him. He's not supporting
Brian
anything
Forrester,
that I say,
that name
but
sounds
he's
familiar,
asking the
actually.
questions. I want to try to answer some of them. So here we go. All right, this is the kind of detail you have to get to before you can really understand biology and the anatomy of the human body and where the veins and arteries are and the difference between arteries and veins and capillaries and all of that stuff. And, you know, how the foot is constructed and where the ligaments and tendons and all that stuff is very, very important to be extremely detailed in your knowledge.
Jeez, what's
of
with the clicking?
chemistry, biology, the whole 9 yards, anatomy. Everything is tied together. So this is what I do. I'm sort of a geek at this kind of stuff. I can't help myself. I found things that I couldn't explain, and now I'm trying to work my way through it. So let's work our way through it. Okay, so you see the size of this foot, and you see the size of those people. and you saw the thumbnail that I had on here. Hold on, let's see if we can find what I'm
He's
talking about,
such a
because I have so
boomer,
much
dude.
stuff on this that is pretty amazing. Here it is.
Penis too.
I got a lot of penis.
No.
Did you see this one
No.
in this house? Where's the other one?
Wait,
This one here is your typical
he's just got like he's just showing this on fucking stream.
pagan
Do you double
penis.
stream? But he got banned on YouTube and you know get trouble for that. Hold on, that actually depends. Also, why is my camera doing this? Hold on. Okay. I do double stream Addicted to Mosh. I don't know why the camera went right back into being okay, I don't know. I don't actually know whether watching someone banned on YouTube is, I feel like that's fine. But I think I'd have to look into that. I don't think it's the same as Twitch though, right? I know that YouTube is generally a little bit more lenient.
Uncircumcised.
Oh
You know,
my
I'm telling you, the
God.
earth was just covered with them.
Penis cells? Penis god?
Look
Penis
at this.
house?
I don't know
Penis...
what the heck is going on with this. I mean, what can I say?
It's a sculpture? Hello? Hello?
Here,
Penis
show you
rock?
now. Look at the size of the
Oh
people
my
here.
God. The
And,
earth
I
is
mean, what can I
covered
say?
in dicks.
That could have been from
Not
that guy.
like
I don't
this.
know. I'm not going to try to make any comparisons about what should or shouldn't be. Now, this is obviously appears to be circumcised to me. I mean, unless it's just some natural rock formation. But let me show you the kind of other natural rock formations that might accommodate something like that. All right, now you saw
Oh my
part A.
God.
This is
Holy
part
shit.
B. And what is this? Well, you can decide for yourself. I say it's a vagina. Now,
This guy definitely has some internalized
I can tell you
issue,
why. I
yeah.
can say it appears to be human, on top of the fact of the look. Now, secondarily, before we get too deep into the vagina, this little seam right here. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. We're all
This
adults
guy
here,
can't
come on.
stop
Now, you see that
laughing
seam?
about it too.
A little crack right down there, a little tiny crack. That is what's called the, well, I call it the
Bruh.
seam of the blastula. For some reason, I call it vegetal seam. I don't remember why I came up with that name, but it might be accurate.
Wait, does a vagina have two whole tears? Wait a second. Okay, real quick. This guy...
I don't know, but I'm going to call it the vegetal seam. And what
The
happens is when
vegetal
the
stream,
blastula
the
ball of
vegetal
a baby
seam?
starts to grow
Okay.
inside the womb, it snaps inside, and then it seals itself. And that's the seal.
Jesus.
And
All
it's
right.
not as strong as all the regular normal tissue. And when things soak and bloat and so forth, that seal pops open. Sometimes it pops wide open. And this one here, you can just barely see that it's, but it is there. There's no question whatsoever. You can see it. And it runs right the whole length. And you know, the fornix and all that stuff is here. Now, as I
Fornix.
told you, I
He's
have
saying loose
literally
vagina?
hundreds of people that report to me, and they don't want to be involved because of, you know, nobody really wants to get their name associated to this stuff. You know,
No,
it's
no,
kind
no.
of-
Tolkien's... Oh, they just pop out... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Hold on a second. Yes. Wait. Parse, you're right. They just pop out of holes from the ground. Holy shit. This is where they come from. Holy
over the
shit.
top. And people
You
have a very,
found
very,
it.
very difficult time
You
with this.
figured
Even
it
the
out.
people that are invested in looking into these things. And, you know, I'm going to bring up some people that are looking and asking questions, and I know they're having a hard time accepting the answers, and the answers are pretty obvious now. Now, so I'm going to go with this as a vagina. Now, what is this? That right there is a
What the-
baby's face. Now,
What the...
this seam side here is nice and even and nothing. You see this is bloated out here? I had a forensic pathologist, I believe that's what they said they were, said that they have seen this in extended drowning cases of pregnant women. And the baby will be like, try to be pushed out through, I don't know, you know, that's what he said. He thought it was a baby's face. That's what I was told.
What the fuck?
Yes or no, I can't say one way or the other. If you could, but this thing is there. This is, the Tracian womb cave, they call this.
Womb cave.
I
Okay,
can
hold
call it
on.
this.
Real quick. Tolkien dwarf women. Misconception of other race. Wait, hold on. Portrayal. No, wait. Nope. This is very important. Okay, hold on. Y'all are arguing about dwarves.
Same thing. Now, and I have a ton of this stuff, a ton of it. So it's not like there's
what I
only
call it,
one. You
too.
know what I'm saying? They're all over the place. Even in Sonoma, that's called the birthing cave.
It's called a birthing.
Come on, kids, it's time to get out. I'm telling you, and they're everywhere around the world. And some of them, yikes. When I tell you, yikes, I'm talking yikes. Here's one. This
Okay,
is
no.
what they call a breech birth.
Okay, hold on, real quick. It's not just penises, okay? I don't think if his wife is gonna get mad about the penises, then she's gonna get mad about the vaginas too, okay? Because I just saw a bunch of vaginas in there.
Come out backwards.
Rogers, tons of
What we
rock
got
porn
here?
confirmed. True.
All right, this.
That looks
there
more
was
like an
three people
eye
here, it appears
than
to me.
a.
Now, whether
Okay.
or not this is just transition metal changes, I don't know. But I see a lot of blue, and what you're seeing there is blue.
Blue.
Here's another one. Now, this is out of ice, but I'm telling you right now, even out of the ice areas, you see all these things in here. This is some kind of tissue, but it's ice at the same time. I don't know. Some things are very, very, very strange and hard to explain. Now, this one here, look at this. This is in the Baltics. This is a vagina. I mean, this is what they call the vaginal ripples, and they have this little
The vagina ripples.
surface to them, that
It's the
structural
ribs, chat.
fabric.
The
And of
ribs
course,
for.
that's the
It's the
vaginal
things
seam.
that
Now,
give
I'm gonna show
pleasure
you
or
one,
whatever.
the biggest one that I have found.
Or is that the? Am I thinking of the wrong thing?
I've been looking around at a lot of vaginas, so.
Sure
that is a
you
good
have,
size
buddy.
vagina.
Sure you have.
Now, these again, this is that same, ripple, and this right here is the vaginal seam. I call it the vaginal seam, and that is where the blastula comes together, and inside there is the stomach. So this is where the
Okay, real quick. What is a What is a blastula? Is that the Is that like the clump of cells that before it becomes a fetus? Blastula. Right. Okay, I was right. Wow, I did actually remember something from my fucking biology classes. Well, when two people love each other, yeah. Alright, cool. I'm glad I remembered that, okay?
vagina fused, and it creates a mat. I
When
call
two
it a
people
vaginal mat.
pollinate.
And that surface covers the seam, and that is the seam right there.
That's
That's
funny.
what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure of what I'm saying here. Now, the earth is covered with creatures that were so enormous that nobody in their right mind could ever possibly have expected this. I'm not pointing any fingers at all these people are idiots. No, this is so hard for anybody to get their mind around that they've always just turned away and literally run away. And I mean nasty, get nasty and run away. And that's what's happened to me for 10 years. So this is, you take it or leave it, it's up to you. All right, you
Take it or
think
leave
these
it, it's up
creatures
to
weren't
you.
enormous? Look at this. This is striated muscle. This little block, more, magnification. And then we end up with this. Now, don't forget, look at this. You have this little band and then this little band and then a break. These are in blocks. They come in blocks. Let me show you something.
Let me
All
show
right,
you
go
something.
back and look if you're confused. You see these?
Oh, wait, I
And
already
you
had
see
this.
these? This is connective tissue. These are sarcomeres, and they break right across here. These are blocks of sarcomeres, and this is a block, and they cut it right down the side of the block. These whole
I mean, okay, look, right? Like, I understand. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, like, of course, biologists are always finding people are finding patterns, but this is just like ridiculous, right? Like, there's no way that it corresponds to the scale. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And like Planner said, like these beings can't like. Okay, even with like like more oxygen in the atmosphere, I would say that there's like a fucking limit, right? Like, there's no way that the Earth had enough oxygen that it would support like where was that actually no, I think it was in the previous video of like like the basalt, the columns, the cracked up surface. Like, there's no way that, like, if that is actual muscle, right? Like, how big is the actual being? Like, there's no way that that would actually exist on Earth, right? Like, if that's the scale that we're looking at, I feel like then you're talking about a being that's potentially like half the size of the Earth. I don't know. I don't know about scale. I think I'm definitely making some mistakes here, but that just does not make sense to me. I need to know his take on Fëanor. Oh, is that more Lord of the Rings stuff? All right, we'll watch a few more minutes of this, but then we'll switch over,
that
okay?
allows the moisture to come out. They carved this out of wet flesh, and I'm talking, these are
Wet
sarcomeres. You saw the
flesh!
magnification we had to go to get to be able to see these sarcomeres a second ago. And so the size of the creatures was just absolutely enormous. And inside of Petra, you can see the rest of the muscle that is, it was just carved out of muscle and flesh. That's it. This is blood and so forth. Any anatomist could, there's no anatomist in the world or biologist that should be able to ignore this. And they are ignoring it and dismissing it because it's too much to be accepted. Truth is just not allowed at this moment.
Truth's not allowed, chat.
Okay, how I got
Get out of
into
here
this
with
was
your
because
truth.
my property here is just loaded with mud fossils, which are from giants. That's a giant fingertip, and that's the fingernail of the giant fingertip.
Oh my
And I look
God,
at it very
okay.
carefully, and if that doesn't convince you, I have DNA tests on it, and I also have this from the side that has the grip skin, which is the fingerprint. And there's a fingerprint, one ridge in the fingerprint, and the same as in yours. You see these sweat pores? The sweat pores and the same as sweat pores. My finger is the
See,
same.
that doesn't make sense. Because it's like... Okay. Alright. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Width is one ridge and a fingerprint.
You missed it in the beginning, but Roger works with the world's best anatomists.
Of that giant fingertip I just showed you. And I had this DNA tested, so I have the DNA test there online. You can look at it, giant human. There's 3 tests I had done, one on this, and then another one of mine. Hold on, let's see if I can find it quickly. This is right here. It's a palm, that's a hand, a left hand, and you have this little ridge running down your hand, it's a little tendon. Then the bumper pad runs around. This is a fleshy bumper pad looking thing. And this is the grip skin again.
Fleshy bumper
The other
pad
one,
looking
remember I
thing,
showed you
alright.
the fingerprints? It's a different kind of skin on your pads of your hand and your feet and your tips of your fingers and so forth. They call it grip skin. And it peels right off just like that. It just peels right off. And it's dense with silicon, iridium, and different heavy, scrappy, tough stuff.
All right, mister.
We need to do a lot of analysis.
All right. Like, okay, I think I will say that I think some of this stuff is going a little bit over my head because it's been years since I've looked at any of this biology stuff, and a lot of this actually goes into, like, I guess biology stuff. So I think I would find this funnier if I like remembered half of the shit from biology, okay? So I think we are gonna move on. This guy is really funny to, like, I'm so glad that you told me about this person. I will try to find, maybe we'll watch another planner video at some point, because I did see that they made another video on, like the other one, this one. So maybe what we'll do is, so I'll add this to, like, here. Okay, yeah, I've added it to watch later. So maybe one day we'll come back and watch more of this guy, okay? Now, let's see, 6:22. We looking good? How's everyone doing? So I do want to get to this, okay? And this won't take too long. Well, I don't know, with me being like such a fucking pause Andy. Maybe after that we'll see where we are. I might do call-ins afterwards. But we'll see how it goes, okay? So this is gonna be a bit of a switchover. But I do want to watch this. Also, y'all will have to I watch loads of that stuff. If you ever want flat earth or creationist stuff, I'm happy to look for you. Thank you, Addicted to Much. I think what would be really cool would be to look for some flat earth stuff as well. Because I've heard of, like, you know, I've watched like a couple of like the here, actually let me show you what I have watched. It's not so much like actual stuff themselves, or more like so for example, like I've watched this one, this video by Folding Ideas. Really good video that kind of goes into in general what flat earthers are up to. But I don't think I've ever watched any of their actual stuff, right? I will also add that because it is a really good video. And I think I've also watched like H. Bomberguard's Flat Earthers. Um, but it's always funny to find the actual people and see what like the little nitty gritty stuff that like doesn't get covered in an overview, you know? So definitely Addicted to Mosh. If you find something good and you think it would be great for stream, like yeah, please, I would really really appreciate it. Yeah, just stick it in content suggestions. But yeah, we'll hop over to this. We'll go into this. It's called How to Gaming Community Track Down a Murderer. And it's about Discord, so let's get into it. Just let me know what the volume's like in chat. You are a debate streamer. You could just review the flat versus globe debates. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like those would be like, I feel like that would be just pure brain rot. Well, okay, here's the thing, right? Real quick, before we actually get the video started. Addicted to Mosh, I feel like debating these people would actually be kind of pointless, right? Because you're not gonna get past the concrete block of the fact that they don't accept like certain sources of like certain sources, right? Like you've got the people who don't believe it when they don't believe NASA, for example, when NASA says something, because it's all a big conspiracy and NASA's lied before and blah blah blah. So even if you brought them facts and logic, you're hitting up against a concrete wall that you're like they have like a fundamental disbelief in science. And I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like from like looking at this stuff that they take on like elements of like science-ness, like scientific stuff, right? Just for the look of the bigger memes, like interesting 15 degrees per hour drift. I have no idea what those memes are, but I would love to see at some point. The like I don't know, it feels like they don't really like. Yeah, I don't know. Even if you brought them a study, right, that was like peer reviewed and blah blah blah, they wouldn't believe it, right? Because they'd be like, well, NASA produced it, so it's worthless to me. And so if you can't get them to accept like the evidence from like essentially like, you know, reputable peer reviewed journals and stuff, then there's not really a point other than like memes. Now that being said, if it's like just to watch a debate for the memes, like that's totally fine too, because that can be funny sometimes as well. But I can imagine that, especially if you're in that community, I feel like the debates would get like annoying fast. Both memes are from the flat earthers disproving themselves. Okay, yeah, definitely then. That would be hilarious to watch. I have heard that like flat earthers have like inadvertently disproved themselves occasionally. But yeah, we'll do how about this, Addicted to Mosh? We'll do like a complete like flat earth day, okay? I think that'd be a great idea actually. Maybe we'll schedule that for next week maybe. And then we can just like do like a full stream of like flat earth shit. I think that'd be fun. Alright.
Manaz Zaman was a
Wow,
young
this is
Canadian
loud.
man with a bright future and was studying mechanical engineering at York
I'm gonna drop it
University.
just a
Or
tad.
at least, so he led his parents to
We'll see.
believe. In reality, he was never even accepted into the school's program.
Oh, damn.
And instead of
What?
coming clean about his failure, he continued to allow the deceit to grow.
Oh
As the
no!
years passed
South Asian parents? Okay, but as a South Asian, just imagine telling your family that you didn't get accepted into the university. Holy shit. I can kind of see why, not gonna lie.
His double life became harder to hide, and with his supposed graduation mere days away, Manaz would snap in the most horrific of ways. Not only would he ultimately murder his entire family, but he was determined to make it known to as many people as he could. One by one, he would post pictures of his criminal actions to an online Discord community, and although initially thought to be a sick joke, one by one, his online friends realized that his violent actions were in fact all too real. Without knowing his full name, age, or even country, the online Discord community were up against the clock to reveal his true identity and stop any further murders from happening. But would they find Manaz in time? And how many lives would he ultimately claim? Welcome back to Coffee House Crime, folks.
Thank you so much, Addicted to Posh. I really appreciate it.
My name is Adrian, and today we're looking at the brutal case of Manaz Zaman, also known as the Discord Killer. Coffee House Crime is all about covering true crime, strange and chilling stories, and the best way to support me is by subscribing to my channel. So, if you'd like to see more videos like today's case, then please remember to subscribe, and I may just have to give you a coffee on the house. But first, a quick word from a long-term sponsor, Babbel, one of the top language learning apps in the world.
Alright,
Imagine this, you're on a holiday in Berlin, and the summer weather is absolutely beautiful, and you're dying for a drink.
Is this all about Babbel? Okay.
A massive 60% ready for the deep dive.
Alright,
This is the case of Manaz Zaman.
Nice. Manaz Zaman? They'll probably say where he's from, right? I said South Asian, I could be wrong.
Welcome to Bangladesh, folks.
Oh, Bangladesh? Okay,
Although truth be told, our story actually happens in Toronto, Canada. The family of our
It's Toronto.
Story begins with a dream involving immigration.
Just kidding, I
Far
don't
away
care.
from the snow-capped ash trees of Toronto, we find the insanely busy streets of
Toronto.
Bangladesh. And this truly is a new place for coffee house crime. With a population of just over 169 million people, Bangladesh is a densely populated nation with a vibrant history, ancient architecture, rich culture, and of course, beautiful landscape. Bangladesh tells a remarkable story of growth, success, poverty reduction, and redevelopment. From being one of the poorest nations at its dawning in 1971, the country managed to reach lower middle income status by 2015. And amazingly, it is on track to graduate from the UN's least developed countries list in 2026.
Oh, that's
Formerly
cool.
being part of India and then Pakistan, it has outpaced both of its neighbors in terms
He went
of
to
per
the...
capita income.
Whoa, he went to the same college you did? Fuck, really? Goddamn!
And incredibly, in a mere 60 years, life expectancy at birth has rocketed from 45 to 71 years. Although most of us imagine the great urban sprawl when we think of Bangladesh, it also has incredible natural beauty outside of its cities. Lakes, valleys, and wetlands spread across the country. And of course, we can't forget the Bay of Bengal to the south. As you can imagine, all of this is a far cry from Canada, and more specifically Toronto. Titled the nation's financial and commercial centre, it comes with all of the general taglines that you'd expect. That being multicultural, vibrant, and of course, diabolically expensive to live in. Fun fact, but did you know that there are more than 10 million trees in Toronto? This incredibly means that there are more trees than people. It's a good thing that they can't wage war on us. Anyway, our story today begins with a hard-working man from Bangladesh named Monira Zaman. Happily married to his wonderful wife Mumtaz, who was born in India, the couple had lofty ambitions for their future family. They decided that, in order to achieve the lives that they desired, it was best for them to leave their home countries and find a new place to begin a family. And so, 2 years later, the two migrated to the great city of Toronto, Canada. Fast forward 6 years.
Probably while he went anti-green.
Monira and Mumtaz gave birth to their first son named Manaz, and to complete the family picture, they welcomed their daughter Melissa into the world 2 years later. Monira and Mumtaz were
really sad,
brilliant
actually, now.
parents, with the family's mother being particularly close with her children. Friends described Mumtaz as a lovely and pleasant person who was known to be generous, caring, and kind, and she spent much of her time helping those that she cared the most about. This included driving them to appointments, offering a way to pay for shared meals, or even making some of her famous dinner dishes, which, of course, she learned back home in India. All in all, Mumtaz was a well-liked and well-respected woman in her neighbourhood and the Bangladeshi expat community alike. Monira's was more of an introverted type when compared to his wife, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't equally well respected. Described as a humble yet proud man, he was a deeply devoted Muslim that loved his family above all else, and worked as a taximan throughout Toronto's metropolitan area. Dedicated and with many years of experience, he had an excellent understanding of the area that he serviced. As such, he received...
Okay, I actually really like this, because I feel like a lot of these I feel like a lot of videos that I watch about stuff like this, they don't really go too much into like the backstory in this way, right? Like more like, you know, they basically kind of go over like, you know, this is who they were, they came from here, they immigrated here, but this guy is like going into like their, you know, personalities and like their personal growth and all that shit. I like that. That's kind of cool.
Multiple Employee of the Month awards, and was recognized as one of the most outstanding taxi drivers in his company. With both parents being ambitious immigrants, they naturally had high expectations for their children. Monaraz and Momotaz believed that Manaz and Malessa would go on to work in high-paying, respectable jobs that would go on to feed comfortable and prosperous lives. Although these humble parents didn't have much fortune while growing up, they were determined to give their children the opportunities they deserved. However, in return, they expected cooperation and nothing short of excellence from them back. After making the move to Canada, the parents-driven attitudes found them slow but steady success. At first, they purchased a small home on McCowan Road, found in Scarborough, and eventually, with good financial management, they were eventually able
Any
to purchase
Scarby
two
locals in
investment
chat?
properties. The first being a condo in the same town of Scarborough, and the second a house close by in Darnforth. Momotaz took the responsibility of being the rental manager for both of these properties, and slowly but surely over time, the family's wealth grew while they rented out both houses. However, the Zaman family had also been growing over the years, and the now mother of two felt overburdened with the responsibility of 2 children and 3 properties. Her mother, Feroza, moved from India into the family household, allowing Momotaz to focus on her 2 children and have a healthy work-life
Caroline
balance.
here, true.
By the year 2006, they purchased a larger 4-bedroom house in the nearby city of Markham, which is also home to a thriving Bangladeshi community. Now, at the time, it was very common to think that, in order to succeed in life, you had to be in some sort of vocational job like engineering or medical. And of course, Monaraz and Momotaz took that mentality to heart and pushed both their children in that direction. Melissa had dreams of becoming a neurosurgeon, and as for Manhaz, he was to become an engineer. However, despite their plans for their children to succeed, their paths to success were not going to be easy.
Okay, I will say this is something that okay, listen, if there are any South Asians in chat, okay, this is something that's like super common in our collective culture. It's like, okay, what are you gonna be when you grow up? Either you're gonna be a doctor, you're gonna be a lawyer, or you're gonna be an engineer. Like, those are the 3 answers that are acceptable. At least when I was growing up, okay? Like, I still remember my parents gave me so much shit because, like, when I was a kid, I really wanted to be a vet, right? I really loved animals. I still do love animals. I didn't want to be a vet. And I remember, like, my mom was like, when I said I wasn't going to go into biology, I was going to go into psychology, she was like, well, you know, you've always wanted to be a vet, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like, what happened to that? You know, they were really disappointed that I didn't go into, like, biology because it, like, you know, even though they'd moved to America and, like, had kind of mellowed out a little bit and, you know, had kind of let go some of the more, like some of the things of, like, Sri Lankan culture, right? Like, that was still very much a, like, well, why aren't you doing this? So that can sometimes be a bad thing, you know? Actually, I want to say sometimes. I feel like a lot of times that can be a bad thing because it means that, like, it's almost like other fields are invalid in a way. You can still be the main source of disappointment of your family. I mean, yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer. Of course I'm a disappointment, right? But, like, I don't know. I feel like, so for example, I know this, one of my friends was, like, a really good, like, artist. Like, she was super talented, right? But, like, she never got any formal training, right? She became a doctor. Like, I'm not saying that being a doctor is bad, but, like, it's not even considered. It's not considered, oh, you can, it's not even a considered thing. Now these days, you know, it's a little bit more like, you know, you can go into IT, for example. Like my husband went into banking. Like, you know, these things are okay, right? But it is kind of annoying how much like being a doctor and a lawyer and an engineer is pushed onto kids, even when it's like clearly not their like it's not their like it's not where their strengths lie, right? I found both memes, but it's not more than 10 minutes of content unless you want the original videos. No, you could just go ahead and put them in the content suggestions. Addicted to Mosh, I'll include it in the Flat Earth stream that I do. And it'll be, even if it's short, that'll be a nice, like, you know, break in between stuff, right? Like, I think that'd be fine. Thank you.
Melissa was definitely more of a wild child, and although she was able to succeed academically, she often rebelled and pushed back against her parents.
Oh, thank you.
Known for sneaking out, drinking, and smoking weed, she enjoyed actively challenging the authority in her household. This, predictably, was often met with strict and even questionable discipline too. If Melissa broke her curfew, then her father would lock her out of the house, forcing her to sleep outside. Being the caring mother, Mama Taz would often be the one to secretly unlock the back door and let her daughter back in. But apparently, Melissa and her father's arguments sometimes got so bad that neighbours would call the police out of concern.
Jesus.
Her older brother, Manaz, however, had quite a different temperament. Described as shy and reclusive,
howdy, Lou.
he was known
Welcome
to be his
in.
mother's favourite. Mama Taz cared for her son so much that she would often go out of her way just to do anything for him. If he ever needed a ride, she would often be there to pick him up. She would cook his meals, clean his room, and always pick him up from school to give him a homemade lunch. Being the firstborn, Manaz felt considerable pressure from his parents to succeed and to conform to their exacting standards. But while he wasn't in school or studying, he did use his free time to escape the real world and play video games, often diving into MMO games such as Perfect World.
Chet,
In
we're about to
Perfect
find
World,
out why
Manaz
video
was
games
able
are
to play
bad.
as an avatar of his very own creation, and through his avatar he could interact and play with people all across the world,
Is that World
and
of
free
Warcraft?
from his normal shy and insecure personality.
That's gotta
This
be World
game
of
would
Warcraft.
quickly become a form of sanctuary for Manaz, and in return he quickly became obsessed, spending all of his free time there. The only other place he spent quite a lot of his time was at the mosque with his father. Otherwise, he was in his room playing with his online friends. As he moved into a senior year of high
I showed up at the right time. I heard something about weed.
school, Manaz had some very exciting news to share with his parents. Apparently, he had just been accepted into York University's mechanical engineering program. Now, of course, Manoris and Momotaz were extremely pleased to hear the news, and this solidified his position as the golden child of the family. While on the outside this may have seemed like a good thing, in reality it put even more pressure on Manaz to succeed, giving him less room for mistakes or failure. And with all of this pressure mounting, Manaz slipped even further into isolation and online gaming.
Oh no.
Manaz played on a modified version of Perfect World, run by its own group of players with their own rules and community. Through the popular online communication app named Discord, Manaz talked with his friends and other players in this community. The environment here was normally quite positive, with people forming genuine connections with others through the game, many even staying in contact for years after. Now, for someone so shy in the outside world, this was a place where Manaz thrived. He likely felt much more comfortable expressing his true and authentic self in the game, which is quite the contrast compared to the tense and demanding environment that he was used to at home. While Manaz disconnected from the real world through his game, his sister continued to lash out and challenge her parents. At one point, even getting arrested for shoplifting. But fortunately for her, her charges were later dropped in exchange for community service hours. She eventually moved out of the home to live with her boyfriend, but despite her departure, Manaz could still feel the residual tension that his sister left behind. This increase in pressure pushed him to once again recede even further into his game, of course further blocking out the world all around him. While Melissa began to move away from her parents' expectations, the parents turned towards their son as the saving grace of the family. They often spoke to their community about his accomplishments, and would brag about how he was on track to be an engineer just like they wanted. However, Manaz had one very big secret. He wasn't attending York University at all. In fact, he had never been invited. In reality, he was attending a much less prestigious school named Seneca Community College. And to top it all off, Apparently his grades were abysmal too. His non-curricular life was not too peachy either. All he did was play video games, and he had also become an atheist, which would be sure to upset
Oh,
his
shit.
parents. He also
The worst sin of all, Chet. Not believing in the religion that you were born into. Can you believe it?
complained about his lack of independence from his family, and often complained about how his mum and dad controlled every aspect of his life. This extended into his love life too. Manaz was actually dating a woman online, but his parents were extremely unhappy about it. And of course, this grated on him.
I love coffee house crimes. Welcome in, Abby Blackbird. Wait, Abby Blackbird, you've been in my chat before, right? Or have I just seen you in other places? But yeah, Parse in chat gave me this link. And I've not actually watched anything from this channel before, but I'm really liking them. Video games lead to atheism confirmed. Abby Blackbird, where do I know you from? Like, I feel like I literally saw you in a chat earlier today, and I'm like, other places. Maybe like either Chris Speaks, or it's gotta be Chris Speaks. I feel like I saw you literally today.
Manaz hungered for some sort of control or autonomy
welcome
in his
in
life,
anyway.
and it looks like he found this through the game Perfect World alongside his friends and the Discord community.
Perfect
now,
World?
despite initially
Okay.
doing well in school, his grades began to slip as he became more obsessed with the game.
I'm friends with Dire Trip, same genre. Gotcha, Abby.
He began to skip classes, and even, for the first time in his life, started to fail subjects.
Oh
It
no!
eventually
Oh, Ginger and Beckett in chat. Oh yeah, it's gotta be Beckett. It's gotta be Beckett. It has to be Beckett.
the point where Manaz was having to repeat almost all of his preliminary classes.
Jeez.
And with having little interest left
That's
in
rough.
university, he officially stopped going to class entirely, eventually deciding to solely focus on his gaming life. While all of this was going on, his parents had no idea what was happening. They still believed that he was attending York University, and the longer that this
Oof.
lie continued, the harder the truth would be to swallow. Despite not actually attending any classes, Manaz would still travel to the campus daily. However, instead of going to class, he would set his laptop up in a cafe and play Perfect World instead. He would then go to the
no.
gym and work out, travel back home, and continue playing late into the night. As Manaz continued to play instead of study, he sometimes mentioned to his online friends that he was thinking about leaving the game for good. He would often darkly joke about how he was going to jail soon, though his friends
Yeah, this is the
didn't know
Discord
why.
murderer, Abby
Although
Blackboard.
the average person may see those messages and find them concerning, Manaz apparently was well known for posting edgy and often disturbing humor like this in his Discord. So, to all of his friends around him, it didn't seem to ring any alarm bells. He was also known for joking about homophobia, religion, and other sensitive topics. But with this being a gaming community, no one paid any real attention to his negative comments. As
Yep.
time passed by, it became apparent that his humor was becoming darker and much more sinister. Manaz was trying to provoke reactions from the group, and his jokes were becoming so offensive that it resulted in multiple week bans from the community. Safe to
Jeez.
say,
Wait a
Manaz
second.
clearly didn't have much going on in his real life.
Wait a second, like, okay, so I'm assuming that this was like a gaming community that he was in, right? I don't know if that he actually spoke about, like, what kind of, Discord he was in. Was it a Discord about, like, Perfect Life? Or was this, like, a like, a personal friend's Discord? Okay. Because I would say that, like, I don't know. I feel like especially smaller communities, smaller communities wouldn't get, like, as soon as a second ban is enacted, I feel like that's the sort of thing where it would be, like, permanent, right? Community Discord. Okay, yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess I could see how something like that would be not overlooked, but, like, if you have a large Discord, right? I don't know, I feel like something like this would kind of be more easily overlooked, right? Imagine if someone was, like, schizo posting in, like, Heem's community, right? Like, that shit gets, like permabanned. Well, not permabanned, but, like, if you're creeping out the community so much that you're getting banned, that's usually a permanent ban. Or if you're close enough to the person, like even within that community, you kind of reach out to them personally, be like, "Hey, what the fuck's going on? Why are you like this?" Right? I don't know. It kind of depends.
And now that he was banned from Perfect World, he had time to realise the gravity of his ongoing
Oh, he was
lies.
banned from the
He
Discord.
couldn't keep the facade up for much longer either. The year was now 2019, and he was 4 years into his impressive deception, which also meant that, by the end of this summer, he was supposed to graduate. To stop his parents from learning the truth, he gave them a fake graduation ceremony date of July the 28th, and as that date loomed even closer, he began to exhibit even more disturbing and sinister behaviour online. Changing his online name to Subhuman and Don't Deserve Life, he began to joke about taking his own life and talked about how it felt to be consumed by worthlessness. Perhaps due to his normalised toxic behaviour in the past, but the people he chatted to barely took any notice of these messages. If anything, they most likely saw a sad kid simply looking for attention. While Manaz fretted and began to spiral even further, his sister was beginning to mend her relationship with their parents. And after moving back in with the family, she herself actually began to attend York to study science.
Oh
From an
no!
outsider's perspective, the family seemed to be happy and successful, with new beginnings and an increasingly positive future. Realizing that he was about to lose his title as the Golden Child, one member of the family was about to carry out the unthinkable.
Oh no.
The date was July the 27th. It was a Saturday, and the day before Manaz's alleged graduation ceremony. Throughout the morning, all other members of the family headed out to work. Monoraz hopped into his taxicab, Momotaz headed to a property, and Melissa headed to a part-time job at the grocery store. To put things short, the day began like any other workday, and at around 3 p.m, Manaz's mother and grandmother headed upstairs to go for a nap, which was just part of their daily ritual. It was during this time, and while knowing their schedule, that Manaz menacingly made his first move, thus beginning a terrible series of actions that would change the family forever. Silently breaking into his mother's bedroom, he struck her over the head with a crowbar, knocking her unconscious.
Christ.
And afterwards, to make sure he finished the job, he cut her throat before walking out of the room and back down to his computer. Opening up Discord, as he had done thousands of times before, he prepared to send the first of multiple graphic messages. For all of the members of the community to see, he posted a picture of his mother's bloodied body with the murder weapon lying next to her. Shortly after, he went upstairs again, crowbar in hand, and did the very same thing to his grandmother. And just as before, he calmly walked back downstairs, opened Discord, and then posted the gruesome evidence of his crime. Those more accustomed to Manaz's dark humour assumed that this was likely just another sick joke, albeit fake. However, other people who were not so familiar with his behaviour were quite alarmed. Both photos appeared to be extremely realistic, and seemed unlikely to be a hoax. After these photos, Manaz posted a message to say, "I killed my mum and granny so far, waiting for my sister in 5 minutes, and my dad in an hour." It was at this moment that other gamers started to take him seriously, recognizing that the situation was potentially an ongoing murder spree. By now, several Discord users were convinced that they were experiencing multiple homicides right in front of their eyes, and, even worse, there was nothing they could do to stop it. Gamers scrambled to try and figure out who this man was to try and stop any further murders from occurring. But Manaz had long been both coy and covert. Nobody knew his name, age, or even the country that he lived in. One of Manaz's closest online friends, named Junior,
After he watched this on stream, Turtle updated the rules of the server by adding, "Please don't post evidence of a crime on the server." Jesus Christ.
was messaged by several other people within the Discord community. These messages spurred him into action, and he asked Manaz if these images were in fact real. Manaz responded by saying that sadly they were, and that furthermore, he was going to kill both his father and sister in the coming hours. And, even worse, there was nothing that anybody could do. Several agonizing minutes later, Melissa returned home to an eerily silent house, and only after she closed the door and walked further into the house to investigate was she met with Manaz. Her brother attacked her in the same manner as he did their mother and grandmother, with a crowbar in hand. After her death, Manaz once again took a photo of her body, this time privately sending it to another one of his friends on Discord named John. He captioned the message, saying that his sister had fought him for almost 10 minutes, minutes, both crying and screaming the entire time. Another private message read, "Literally told my parents my uni graduation was July the 28th. I couldn't have delayed it any longer. I
God
did this
damn.
because I don't want my parents to feel the shame of having a son like me. I'm a pathetic coward and a subhuman." Manaz then sent John more pictures, including a picture of the murder weapon, and, even more disturbing, a selfie with the bloodstained knife.
Yo, this poor dude, like, can you imagine what the guy would have felt like receiving all these messages and, like, not knowing what to do? Like, holy fuck, that's gotta be, like, traumatizing as shit. Like, it's already, like, it's already stressful when you're in a situation where, like, uh, so, like, I used to mod, like, the plant Discord that I'm in. And that's a community that got really close with each other. And I've talked about this before on stream, or maybe off stream, but we used to have like a venting channel, and we had to kind of stop having the channel because people would post like suicidal ideation and stuff like that. But there were some times where like this was the shitty part, right? Like somebody would post something that was like basically like suicidal ideation, and we would feel like we couldn't do anything. And it was also something that was like, this was someone that we had talked to over many months. Like, this was someone we knew. We had never met them in real life, but it was like, you don't really know what you could do in this situation. It's not like you know their name. It's not like sometimes you don't even know their real name, right? You don't know where they live. You don't know who to call. It's just like you can't do anything. And on one hand, some people might say, well, you don't have to do anything. And on the other hand, it's like, if we were real life friends, we would know what to do, right? We'd at least know like where they lived, or something like that. We could probably alert local authorities or something like that, right? But it's not. It's online. And that's, it's great that like we can connect like this, but it also means that in situations like this, you just can't do jack shit. I hope we never experience anything like this in our own Discord. That's true, Pars. And I think that like, look, I think that in Discords like Heems, and a lot of streamer Discords, to be honest, right? I mean, there's a reason that you don't see venting channels, for example, pop up in Discords like this, because it encourages basically like I hate to say, like, it encourages people to be more vulnerable, because it does. I mean, it does, and sometimes that vulnerability can be like, I mean, it kind of makes it like, when you're opening out, if look, okay, look, if someone were to talk to me and make a friend out of me from a Discord, and then open up about like personal problems that they're having, that's one thing, right? But when it's like this, and you have a Discord, and now you're kind of putting the emotional burden on somebody else, because now this kid, whoever this John guy is, right? Like, this person is never going to, like, I don't know, I feel like it's just really traumatizing, right? Because he couldn't do anything. And so that's why you have these like layers of not walls, but like protections, I guess, against this kind of stuff. I don't know if I can't think of the right word. But like, even when we're being vulnerable, we're still not being like so vulnerable that we're talking about our suicidal ideations, you know what I mean?
Horrified, John
Digital
sent
walls,
those photos
yeah, I guess
to
that's
the
one
rest
way
of
to
the
put
group,
it, yeah.
proving that Manaz had gone through with a third murder. Members of the Discord community were sensibly saving them immediately, ensuring that they could build as much evidence against Manaz as possible. Manaz went back to playing his game as if nothing had happened, waiting until around midnight when his father eventually came home. The young man was ready to catch his father off guard, and after Monoraz walked into their garage, he too was bludgeoned over the head.
Jesus.
This was met with a familiar knife afterwards. afterwards. As with all other members of his family, Manaz then posted a photo to the Discord community, who knew that, despite their best efforts, had failed to stop his monstrous plan. Replying to one of the users, Manaz wrote, "I'm a pathetic coward and a subhuman. Since I'm an atheist, I believe there is no afterlife. So I was scared to die, and I wanted them to die so they didn't suffer knowing how much of a pathetic subhuman I was. It's all very selfish. I'm just pathetic."
God
To another
damn.
friend, he wrote, "I've just slaughtered my entire family and will likely spend life in jail if I manage to survive. I'm sorry. Do you want the pics?"
What
Manaz
the
sent
fuck?
countless messages to his friends later that night, apologizing for his actions while sharing images of the murder scene. But not all
Holy
was lost
shit.
in finding their killer. In fact, they were just about to get lucky. One of the members of the community eventually worked out how to acquire Manaz's IP address. An IP address is a unique identifier for internet-connected devices that can give an indication of their geographical location. If they could find it and then connect it to a home address, they might have a shot at alerting the police to the location of their online acquaintance. With this valuable information collected, his location had been whittled down to the city of Toronto. One of the Discord members, who was located in Minnesota, contacted his local police department, who then transferred him to Toronto PD. And after
I like
forwarding Manaz's
real quick. I like how he went through the trouble of finding like a brown guy so that he could get some B-roll of like this guy flipping through messages. I mean, I'm over that phase of my depression, so that I could tell a person what to look for what resources, like there are hotlines and specialized emergency rooms and short-term clinic stuff. Addicted to Mosh, so okay, I'll go through really quickly, like kind of the Cliff Notes version of the venting channel thing. Okay, so the Cliff Notes is that we had this community. It was very tight knit. You know, like it was tight. We all kind of got together over the pandemic, so you can imagine that like for a lot of people, this was one of their main sources of like social interaction, right? So we had like voice chats like every night, and still that to this day that still happens, right? We all like some of us met up recently in Seattle and like spent a week together and got this like Airbnb and all hung out. So like that's how close everyone got, right? And it was over plants. It was over like trading plants. But obviously like it evolved into something more than that. It was just like a nice Discord. And it still exists to this day. But the venting channel was one we had initially just had that venting channel as a way to get like the plants. Ooh, welcome it. Thank you so much, Turtle, for the 19 months. Holy shit. Why did it work that time? And where's the little where's the little speaky bubble? The speaky bubble. Well, thank you for the sub anyway, Turtle. Pandemic was bad. Welcome back, Dizek. But yeah, so like, so we had the venting channel. We initially like used it to corral all of the negative stuff so that we could keep it out of the general chat. And then, you know, very quickly we realized a couple things. It was a certain amount of people, like it was certain people who would use the venting channel a lot, you know, people whose lives weren't really going well, right? For various reasons. B, we didn't have a way to deal with like the more like extreme stuff that would get posted in there, right? Like the like there was domestic abuse sometimes, there was like you know, death, there was like, you know, the suicidal ideation stuff that I talked about. There was just things like that, right? And death is one thing. Like we have a lot of that, right? Because we have people posting about their pets and stuff and their family members and all that shit. It's another thing when it's like suicidal ideation and domestic abuse, right? Because those are things that we would feel a need to help. So anyways, we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that because we didn't know any of these people in real life, and not to mention, even if we did know them in real life and we had their address and we knew where they were and all of that stuff, we couldn't call the police in some of these cases because we didn't know if they were in a like we had a user actually tell us, like, because we knew their address, we knew they were in a bad situation, but they told us, don't call the police. I can't trust the police. I've had bad experiences with the police. I can't guarantee what will happen if the police show up. So imagine that being put on like the community and they're still posting and venting, you know. about like their boyfriend being like domestic, like, you know, doing shit, like throwing, like, you know, smashing their shit up and chasing them. Like, it's just like, what the fuck do you do with that kind of thing? So we talked to a therapist about this, and the therapist said, look, none of y'all are professionals, none of y'all are therapists, none of y'all are, like, you know, basically you're out of your like, uh what's the word, field. So you're saying we should add a venting channel? I'm on it. Oh my god, never the cops, but necessarily the EMTs. Well, see, like, this is the problem, Addicted to Mosh. It's just simply not our. We can't do this. We can't be responsible for this, right? And this is all, by the way, not to mention that this was all taking a toll on like mods, because someone had to read the chat at all times and make sure that like nothing was happening, essentially. So we enacted a couple of changes because we couldn't just get rid of the channel. People were too like reliant on that. Like, that was their way of, like, because people would, like, you know, express support in the chat, right? So we had a bot like auto post resources. We set it up so that the channel would like auto delete like every 24 hours or something like that, and like start over. So, like, you know, past information couldn't be used or whatever. We did a number of things, but it still wasn't enough. We eventually said, okay, look, you can't post about suicidal ideation, you can't post about domestic violence, but people would find ways to like toe the line, and even that was like, okay, now you have to sit there and get them, like, now you have to sit there and decide, is this alarming enough to say that this is suicidal ideation? You know, like, did you auto post resources based on certain keywords and just in general? So the auto post was in general. However, we did have a command that we could like trigger, um, and if we ever removed something because it tripped like our line, uh, then we would like post the resources, or we'd say like, we've removed a message because it contains this. Here's the resources that you need to be contacting for this. I don't think we ever set up like a keyword based thing. Now, that being said, I think that would have been the next step, except that, like, you know, we were all feeling burned out at this point about this entire situation. And then I actually remember I talked to I ended up talking to my therapist about this. She actually laughed at me because I was like, I brought it up kind of like how you bring up like, you know how like you go to the doctor, and you say, yeah, everything's fine, and then in like the last 5 minutes you're like, actually, I wanted to ask you about this one thing, and that's like kind of the reason you were there for. That's kind of how I dropped it on her, and I said, hey, this is a situation, and she basically said like, look, you can either ban users who repeatedly break these rules, or you delete the channel. And so that's what we ended up doing, was we talked about it with the community, and we said, because we'd already learned our lesson, by the way, we'd already learned our lesson with a different channel, that you don't just delete channels. uh So we talked about it with the community. We said, look, we've talked about this for like hours and hours. It's gotta go. And we got rid of the channel after like a certain time period. How do you even talk about a Discord server at the therapist? Sounds so strange. Yeah, she was laughing at me. And she didn't know Discord at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this wasn't a person who was like, you know, she's not exactly like, she's not like boomer or anything, but she's just like one generation older than me, I guess. I don't know. But um it was just funny. We had someone like that in a server I was in, but after a while she became mean to other users, so we banned her for that. Yeah, I mean, look, like, I get it. There are people whose lives are just really difficult, and that, you know, there are times like they would tend to use, like, this is the problem, right? They are gonna tend to use, like, you are in any community, if you have a channel like this, they are going to tend to use that channel more. And this is like, as much, it's a protection for them and it's a protection for us. You know, like, I like, we tried our best with the resources thing, Addicted to Mosh, but here's the other problem that I guess people don't really think about too. When you have a bot that you've got problems, yeet. No. Oh my god, Mr. Beans. No, it's like the problem with auto posting too is that you run the risk of like what's the word? Like basically like satiation, right? Because after a while, who looks at something that's automatically posted every time? Like if you look at a stream that like um that's got like stream elements posting like every once in a while, it posts the Discord thing, you know? Like after a while you stop seeing that. And I think that the same is true for resources. Even if you are really specific with your resources, like chances are that's not what the person who is in the venting channel is there for. They're not actually there for like the actual resources, right? They're more so looking for like community level support. Like even if it's as simple as like a reaction emoji with like a hugging thing, you know, just for the like we actually considered one of the alternatives for our venting channel was actually like a channel that would go into the void. You know what I mean? That no one would see. Because for some of these people, like that's all they wanted to do was just type their thoughts out and send it out into the world. I have the emergency yeah, I have the emergency plan for my therapist. If one of the Germans acts out, I'm gonna pester them with that. Years of internet usage has conditioned us to ignore automated. I mean, it's true. Like, and you know, no matter how thoughtfully you put together a resources plan, it's gonna feel like um, dehumanizing when somebody posts that at you, right? Like, I've just bared my soul, and I'm just in a really vulnerable place right now. Here's the resources. You go ahead and do the work because we can't do it for you. And I can understand how that would feel really shitty on their end, right? But on the other hand, too, it's not fair for you to bring such a huge problem to me. I'm just like a mod, or I'm just like another Discord user. This is not my job. And it's not fair for you to it's not fair for you to put this on me basically. So I actually really feel for all these people who were on Discord who had to sit there and figure out where he was, right? And like dealing with the stress of just knowing that this was happening. Hold on, hang on, I'll DM you all my problems real quick. You know what I mean, right, Turtle? Like, it's different when it's coming from your own friend in real life. Or, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, real life is more significant than in, like, online, but... Did you just call me a friend? Aw, yeah, Turtle, you're a friend. But yeah, I'm sorry, I know this was a huge stun lock. I said I'd keep that short,
Name
I
and
didn't.
IP address, officers got to work with the concerning details. Friends kept Manaz engaged in the meantime, one asking, "What will you do with the rest of your time now?" At this point, the action is done. Manaz replied with, "Eat junk food, visit my girlfriend, drink and smoke.
Ex-girlfriend.
I've never drank alcohol or a cigarette."
The fuck?
From here on out, it was simply a matter of time. Responding officers were able to track the IP address, contact the local service provider, who were then able to give the actual address to where Manaz's family lived. You know, for someone as obsessed with both
How does
gaming
one
and
drink
computers,
cigarette?
you would have thought that Manaz would have used some kind of VPN to hide his location. So, I guess it looks like that golden child was not actually that intelligent to begin with. 12
This
hours
fine
after the
period.
first
Oh,
murder
God.
occurred, and officers were knocking on the front door of the Zaman residence. And after peering upwards, they noticed a figure looking at them through the front bedroom window. Now, at this point in time, officers did not have that much to work with. All they knew is that members of an online community were making bizarre and dark claims. However, Manaz was ready to make it easy for them, and after sending a final message on Discord, which said, "The police are here, goodbye," he made his own way downstairs.
See, this is the other thing. They got someone in like pajamas and socks to walk up and down the bedroom, like up and down like carpeted stairs. That's so specific. If I looked at the emergency plan and it's localized, that's good though, right? Oh no, it's localized to where you are. Shit. Oops.
Opened the door and gave himself up to the authorities.
Jesus.
Asking him whose home, Manaz replied with, "My family." When another officer asked where they were, Manaz replied with, "You'll see." As the authorities
Jesus.
began to explore the silent home, its morbid secrets were revealed after an officer stumbled over one of the bodies. Monoraz and Melissa were
Dox
found
yourself.
first.
Ooh.
Then came the discovery of Momotaz, and finally Feroza. Toronto PD immediately placed Manaz under arrest on suspicion of homicide,
Jesus.
before transporting him to the local police station for processing and interrogation. During his interview, Manaz seemed entirely unfazed as he recounted the events, almost as if it meant absolutely nothing to him. He was eventually charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of second-degree murder. The case was essentially a slam dunk in court, as the Perfect World community that had been monitoring the case in real time had saved every message sent by Manaz. They meticulously archived every piece of media sent during his murderous rampage, incriminating him beyond any reasonable doubt. Addressing the court during his sentencing, he said, "I would like to apologize to anyone I have negatively impacted with my actions, especially
Okay.
to the people who knew my family, friends, and loved ones who I know could have never seen something like this come from me." In November of 2020, Manaz Zaman was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility parole for the first 40 years of his sentence. At the
Jeez.
age of just 24, he
Thanks for
won't
the
have
lark
the
parse.
possibility of freedom until he's at least 64 years old.
What
He now
the
remains
fuck?
behind bars to live out the rest of his sentence, punished for taking the lives of 4 beautiful people that cared for him so much. At the time of their deaths, his father, Monoraz, was 59 years old, his mother, Momotaz, 50,
God, that's
his
so
grandmother,
young.
70, and his sister, just 21. Despite his
Jesus.
parents sacrificing everything for him, he paid them back in the worst
That could have
of
been Gabri's
ways.
brother.
And now, nothing is left of the Zaman family,
True.
except for one deranged killer with the blood of his family on his hands. I think that just about
Wait, YouTuber, it might shock you, but even a murderer can get his brain fried by his own fried by his own actions. Fries.
does it for today's case, folks. I'm going to
Jeez.
wrap this one up here. But as always, thank you so much for watching and for making it this far in my video. So, what are your thoughts on this case? Do you think that Manaz's sentence was strict enough? And do you think his family put too much pressure on him? If you found this case interesting, or you haven't done so yet, then please consider subscribing. It really does help me and the channel out. Speaking of which, I'll be experimenting with my content for a while,
Nice.
so be prepared to find some bizarre, strange, unusual, and unexpected cases in the near future. But I do really think you'll
fries.
find them interesting. To add to that, I'll be doing shorts for a while too,
Alright.
but none of this will be recycled content, and
Okay, this is his outro, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the I'm already subscribed. Alright, go follow it, friends. That was good. That was a good video. That was depressing as shit, though. If it was only his family, I think he felt the pressure of the whole world. I mean, look, I can understand some of the pressures that he feels, right? But, like... And, like, who hasn't been in a point in time where he, like, even, like, the thing that he did where he, like, like, went into a spiral of, like, not going to class and all that shit, right? And, like, gaming, and ultimately he chose to lie and make his situation worse. Like, I think I can understand the reasons why he fell into the pit that he did. And yes, you're right, Banjo Red, like, you can't it doesn't excuse your actions. Sorry if you hate yourself or your life that much, just Roblox yourself if you must, but leave other people out of it. Yeah, like, okay, that's the other thing that is weird to me. It's like, most people just Roblox themselves, right? I feel like it does take quite a bit of, maybe the word is arrogance, I'm not sure, but, like, I would say that it does take a bit of arrogance to say, okay, I'm having these big problems, So the solution is I'm gonna kill the other people, you know? Want to see my favorite dark metal meme? Sure, stick it in content editor, so I'll take a look. Maybe we need some, like, we need some eye bleach after that. We need some eye bleach. Do I even have any content that's like chill? Here, I'll put on some chill, okay? Here, let's did you listen to Bloodywood? I did not, Turtle. Shit, I totally forgot about that. Bloodywood. Here, I'll put it in content suggestions myself so that I don't like Bloodywood. That's not how you spell Bloodywood. Okay, here. So I don't forget. Are you happy now? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick bathroom break while I'm not unhappy. And then maybe we can do some call-ins and watch some like lighter content in the background. That was a very good video though. I don't regret it, but it's definitely dark. And in fact, I actually have like an even worse video. I was gonna watch it today, but I think after that, I don't think that this would be a good video to watch. So maybe I'll watch that next stream, okay? Shri Metal is a meme. Huh? You know what I also need to start? I need to start, like, I've been forgetting to do, like, the promo in other people's Discords, and I really need to, like, do that. No one shocked 3 skulls were found in this guitarist's home. Oh god, okay, alright, you know what? We're gonna look at this last thing. So here, look, sorry for the chill hop has to stop. We need to look at this one last thing. Hopefully there's nothing graphic in here. Okay. It's from Newsweek though, so I don't think so. Shri metal is a subgenre of heavy metal music that originated in Sri Lanka in the late night. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, maybe we can watch that. Listen, okay. Here, let's do this. Oh, wait. You don't play in a band called Cannibal Corpse. Oh, no. Oh, Pat O'Brien. Without expecting to raise some eyebrows at the very least. Unfortunately, being part of the band didn't do guitarist Pat O'Brien any favors when his home was investigating. Following an arrest, and police found multiple firearms and human skulls. Jesus. If only we could have seen this coming. 80 firearms and 3 skulls. I have guns in my house for murder. My home is full of skulls. That's hilarious. Now, I know that some people collect skulls, but it's like animal skulls, right? Like, I don't think it's bad to have an obsession with skulls, but I think that, if you have... I think the limit for how many human skulls you're allowed to have in your house is, like, 1, right? Because I could see someone having 1 skull, and it's still being okay. 2 skulls is a little bit like, okay, why do you have 2 skulls, though? 3 skulls is like, you're crossing the line. Like, you clearly got some kind of issue. You know, maybe they need to look over the rest of your house, make sure that they don't have the rest of the body, you know, hidden somewhere. Oh, so I guess nothing else came of it. They just found skulls. Reached out to Cannibal Corpse, labeled a metal blade for comment, but did not receive a response. No more than amount of people who live there. I played with the skull once, like moving the jaw up and down, making sounds, and my supervisor looked at me like I was a horrible person. Oh no, Ergie. Oh my god. Listen, I would have laughed. Okay, hold on though. When you say a skull, was it a person that the supervisor knew? They just don't have they just don't have a good sense of humor, okay? Because that's pretty funny. I think that's pretty funny. Skulls are funny. All right, okay, real quick, gonna no, it was 18th century. Jesus, it's even okay. All right, well, your supervisor doesn't have a good sense of humor, okay? All right, so okay, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. And then when we come back, I am going to switch over to Collins. And I'll find something to put on in the background while we like wait for people or whatever. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Here, let me get rid of that for you. Alright, I'm back. What have y'all been up to? Your supervisor is a humorless, empty husk of a human. Oh my god. You want tombstone. Ooh. Yeah, don't graveyards reuse, graves all the time? Overthrowing foreign governments. Oh no. Nope, don't admit it on my stream. Nope. Nope. Not allowed. It's not allowed, turtle. Okay, so actually I think I'll leave it up to chat as to what we will. So we are gonna be doing call-ins, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's do. I'm still gonna work on my still gonna work on my stuff. So let me just go ahead and update that. Let me see if that actually updates the live thing automatically. Oh no. Oh no, wait. I have a chat all to myself. Oh no, I don't even know when Murotsi said this. Here you go, Murotsi. I pinned you. I see you in call-in, so I should start my PC back up. Hey, if you want to come in and talk about something, yeah, sure, Addicted Tomash. Welcome. So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, no, it doesn't automatically do that, so I'm gonna just change that title. Yell at her in German. Oh no, please don't do that. Okay, I have updated the YouTube title. So okay. I'm tired and bad at everything. Well, no pressure. I'm not pressuring anyone to do this, but if anyone in here is not following me and you're still watching, please follow me, because that's just selfish of you. It's just selfish of you to be watching me but not actually following me. I don't even ask for money. I just like hit people with that. But if you want to support me, you can do that as well. I will wait, actually hold on. Have I set up that YouTube yet? I think I thought I did. Nope, not yet. So I'll go ahead and add that to the list of things to do for the Nightbot to plug my YouTube. Let me just drop the YouTube link anyway. But yes, if you do want to call in, go ahead and join the Discord. The link was just there. Just let me know that you're in the green room. And maybe have like maybe have a topic in mind, I guess. But in the meantime, while we wait for people to call in, if they do, we have a bit of a choice as to what to watch. Actually, here, let me go ahead and hop in the Discord as well, so that I don't have to do that once someone actually comes in. We can either catch up on this whole like FouseyTube situation that has been unfolding, apparently, that I know barely anything about, or we can watch the debates. If I can find, I was trying to find a good link earlier. I made Beans watch Roger. I can't just do that and then leave. Listen, you could do whatever you like, okay? Twitch chats are notorious for doing shit like that. Just dropping, like, a problem onto the streamer and then just, like, vanishing into the night. Now, what would y'all prefer to watch, I guess? I guess it also kind of depends on if I'm gonna be able to find a link to the debates, right? That I can watch on stream. Yeah, I guess it does actually depend on if I can find... This is only 3 minutes long. I don't want that. How long is this? Oh, this is a reaction. What other options are there? I'm already kind of debated out. Call parts of it into different streams. No, that's fine. What's the drama about? Please, no more PDF file allegations. Something fun for a change. If I understand it correctly, it's about, like... I guess FouseyTube is kind of going unhinged a bit and is like sabotaging his career. I guess that's also depressing, huh? Why isn't there any fun drama? Why isn't there any like lighthearted drama? There are definitely other options, Turtle Messiah. We could, you know what we could do is I've been watching, did we get a mugshot yet? I don't think that we've gotten a mugshot of the big Cheeto yet. Or I would have almost certainly seen it somewhere. We have gotten those other mugshots, but, you know. How about we do this, okay? Because I think that this might be a bit more, how would y'all feel if we watched, a Mooncat video about, what are they called? About body language experts. Can someone shit their ex-partner in a drawer and we can debate the ethical dimensions of that? Wait, I'm so confused. I've seen an edit of those on Twitter where they turn them into Batman villains and Rudy as the Penguin just fits perfectly. Oh my god. Okay. What do y'all think about watching a video about body language experts? So because I would say, so I have watched like the first 20% of this video, but I've also been saving it for like a potential stream. A lot of like crime and other like similar themed YouTube channels will talk about body language quite a lot, right? Like especially JCS. I know you Heem viewers have watched a lot of JCS just from Heem watching it, but I hear that like Mooncat was essentially debunking some of this. That was funny, chat. Please don't defecate in somebody's drawer, please and thank you, internet. So like, you know, I've been kind of interested to find out exactly what she has to say about. I would be down for that. All right, let's do it. Okay. Now, again, it is call-ins time, so if somebody comes in chat and announces that they're in the green room, then I will be pausing the video for that. But I think that this will be a nice video to play in the background while we do that. What is this? Oh no. Oh, this is hilarious. This is amazing. Holy... Okay, now I understand what you just said. Oh my god. Okay, I have to admit that I am woefully uneducated on Batman. But let me give a crack. Let me crack at some of these, okay? This has got to be Catwoman.
What you guys up?
Right, that's Catwoman. This is Freeze, Dr. Freeze. Okay, this is like the. By the way, this is like the only Batman movie I've ever watched in my entire life. Is the Batman and Robin movie with like the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is it Mr. Freeze or is it Dr. Freeze? Where he like has like a fucking shit ton of like puns, ice puns, right? Humans will lose habitat in 2025. Welcome in Tina Poo, but what does that mean? How dare you? Don't do Mr. Freezer like that or Poison. Wait, no, wait, don't tell me the names. I want to try to guess. I don't know who this is. This has got to be some kind of like... I don't know who this is, okay? This is Poison Ivy. The first ice-free Arctic will happen in 24 September. That movie's so bad, it's fun. I don't know what that means, but we're also not talking about climate change, Tina Poo. Okay, this has got to be like, I feel like I've seen like a... I've seen this, he is something to do with penguins, right? Like, I think, what did you call him, Turtle? You said Rudy is the penguin. Is he just called the penguin? I have no idea who this person is. Who the fuck is this person? Or at least who's this villain? Alright, Tina Poo, that's more than a little sussy. I'm just saying. Okay, who the hell is this? Is this like Wolverine but without the... No, Wolverine is Marvel. No, wait. Fuck. No, Wolverine is DC. Right? Right? This is like, fuck. The Riddler? Is this the Riddler? Climate change is a liberal hoax. Oh my god, okay. This is Harley Quinn. This has gotta be Harley Quinn. This the Riddler? Or something like that? No one is telling me if I'm right or wrong. Who are these two? Who is this guy right here? I feel like my husband is gonna divorce me after like hearing me like butcher all these people because one of his favorite superheroes is Batman, and I kind of hate. I don't see your point. Your pointer. Oh, okay. Oh, you don't see the pointer. Shit. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Here. Let me see if I can do it this way then. Okay. I don't know who this red-faced guy is right here. Who's this guy? Now, wait, you should be able to see the pointer now, maybe. Two-Face? Okay, alright. How about this guy? Who the hell is this, like, Egyptian king-looking dude? No fucking idea, okay. What about this, like, with the mask and the... Is that the Riddler? I could also look this up, but I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know who this guy is, and then I don't know who this guy is. This guy looks like a... He looks like a bit like Wolverine. Like with the eyebrows, but doesn't have the, like, the little pointy shits. Right? Yeah. Sorry, this is nerd stuff. Telling you anything would be mansplaining, and that would be wrong. And being wrong is for femoids. Oh my god, amazing. I love it. Oh god, mansplaining. Hilarious. Green guy with question marks is Riddler for sure. Okay, thank you, Lou. I mean, I know these two because these two are easy, right? They're in the fucking movie that I watched. All I remember was like Uma Thurman, who would make me feel some type of way when I was a kid. I think it was Uma Thurman. Am I misremembering? Was it Uma Thurman? Don't know who that weird cape guy is? Uma Thurman, yeah, there you go. It's Mr. Freeze! Oh, I remember Bat Nipples and the Bat credit card, yes! The fucking, oh my god. I had this DVD, dude. I had this fucking DVD. God damn. I like the animated series. Yo, welcome in, DJ Interrupter. How you doing? Chris O'Donnell. Man, this guy was such a joke. Like, I don't know why. He was so whiny in this movie. I like, if I remember correctly, he was like a whiny motherfucker. Give me beans and I give you TTS. Okay, I think you have to... Whoa. You redeemed it, but I don't know what happened. Hold on. That was supposed to trigger a TTS. Let me see if that actually, like... I think I maybe... It is weird. I set the TTS up, but I think that somehow it didn't. Let me see. I'm sorry about that, DJ Interrupter. You were supposed to... Maybe it's because you didn't actually write a message? But you might have to wait now because there is a cooldown on the TTS. The TTS that you can use with channel points. But yes, I will get you Kitty. And then we're gonna dive into this. Then we're gonna dive into this body language video, okay? And we are doing call-ins. So technically, that is what we're doing. So if you want to talk to me about anything, and you have a specific topic in mind or an argument or something that you'd like to get into with me, you know, just hop in there and get in the green room and let me know in chat here, and we'll have a little conversation. So let me grab the kitty. I don't know which kitty I'll grab. I'll grab a kitty. Oh, I see a big kitty right here. We have a very sleepy butt. The argument? Nah, I'm out of here. It doesn't have to be an argument, it just could be a conversation. Look at his face. Oh, sleepy, sleepy. Sleep flex. He's so funny. I can't tell if he's like falling asleep or not. Oh, oh. You gotta imagine that this is actually not such a bad position for him if he's considering going to sleep, right? It makes me think that these like sideways ears are a fucking lie. He'd be like, you ain't got time to pick me up while I was playing Crash. He was already asleep. Who the fuck added surprised as an emote? What do you mean? Oh, probably Chodole. Why? Man, he's being such a good boy. Here, I'll put you back, okay? He's like, no, please do not kiss me. Do not. He feels safe. I mean, you know, he obviously doesn't like... Oh, because the emote replaces the word. He obviously doesn't, you know, he doesn't prefer it. But one thing that he has always liked is, this is gonna sound really weird, but he loves, like, beard nuzzles, right? Because my husband would, like, rub his beard on the cat. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that bother you? You want me to put you down? Yeah? Okay, I'll put you down. It's like, put me down already. That cat is so cute. He's a good... He's not the gremlin. It's the other one that's the gremlin, but this one's a good... He's a good, He's a sweet boy. My cat always intensely smells my beard when I pick him up. He's like not breaking the eye contact with me too. I'm like almost scared to look back at him. Okay, I'll put you away now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb your night. Here, I'll put you away. He's like, yeah, you talk, I hear. Does that cat ever blink? I mean, you know, he's a good boy. But yeah, he just doesn't understand. Hey, you know, if I squirm or if I like scratch you, like I'll, you know, I can actually maybe get my way. He just never learned that. So like he doesn't even really like seriously attempt to like get out of your arms. Whereas Talos will like, he will do like all this shit, right? Oh look, I've got I need to, hold on. Let's get this. Yet again. Okay, here we go. Alright. So, alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Still waiting for Collins, but that's fine too if it doesn't happen. You know, it is what it is. Cat's like, yeah, well, I guess that's my life now. That is really like, look, with Hermes, that really is like, that is real. It is really, guess that's my life now. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this video. Okay. It is a bit of a long one, but that's fine. Okay. There is a fucking sponsor right at the start, but it's called I debunked every body language expert on YouTube. Oh, it's muted. Oops. Also, tell me how this sounds. Chat, sponsor block.
Sponsored by Ren.
Yeah, I really should.
I'm Butch Dieselsteak, and now I'm a newsreader. The YouTuber Mooncat is involved in a scandal wherein her 2 cats have called the police after alleged repeated incidents of her pulling the skin back on their faces until they look like rabid ferrets and taking pictures for her own sick entertainment value. This has led to them calling the police for repeated feline rights
999.
violations. And because this is a high-interest, ongoing news event on a 24-hour news channel, we've repeated everything we know about the case 47 times, so give a warm welcome to our body language expert. Talk, say words. Well, as we can see from this footage, Mooncat is showing signs of disgust, and you can actually tell this from the crinkle in her forehead, possibly because the press have been outside her home all day, but I'll let your cognitive bias decide. Also, she seems to be increasing her intake of beer to cope, but would you look at that? Who pours their beer like that? Now that can be a sign of sociopathy. You know how the saying goes, that's why her beer head is so big. It's full of secrets. You see,
She always has a
body
section
language
about
is
her
not
fucking
an
beer.
exact
Arrest that
science,
woman.
But it is backed up by my personal opinion and empirically proven pseudoscience.
Arrest
Over
her.
to our weather correspondent while I go and jump off a cliff. Body
Stop.
language
Oh no.
experts.
Here, let's turn it
They've
off. Okay.
annoyed me for some time.
He's been up in space, but who cares? Because he appeared with bare feet. That's all anybody's talking
Oh wait, here, I'll
about.
turn it up
It's
a
his
bit.
feet, Judy, not his cock. They're like astrologists for people who think that they're too clever to believe in something not backed up by
Oh wait,
empirical
hold on,
evidence,
real
but
quick. Sorry, don't want to blow your ears out. I'm just gonna drop this and drop this.
At least astrologists don't say they're
Sorry
backed
about
up by
that.
empirical evidence. They just try and backwards analyze your life by applying it to the arbitrary movements of planets.
should be better
millions of
now.
miles
Let me
away.
know.
So in this video, I'm going to be questioning whether there is actually any peer-reviewed consensus behind body language science. Did Hitler have cock shame? Does Noel Gallagher have cock confidence? Why is your girl's pussy facing the world instead of facing her man? What does it mean if the triangle is green? It means some shit is about to get debunked.
But Mooncat, these body language people are on TV all the time, so surely it must be a real science.
There are 0 peer-reviewed studies proving the existence of Noel Edmonds, but just because he's on TV, do you believe he's real? No, I didn't think so. So there's no reason to automatically believe in body language experts because they're talking like they know their shit. They pop up on the news, infecting tabloid newspapers, they create insufferable daytime TV segments all over the world, and now they're all over
Oh,
the
no.
only website on the internet,
The behavior panel, I've definitely seen them
YouTube.com.
before.
They exist mainly to provide a circle jerk of confirmation bias to anyone who watches them, as the analyses they give are often so vague you could attribute whatever meaning you want to whatever bodily spasm you wish, creating whichever narrative that most pleases your semi-comatose audience.
Chantel's micro-expression here could reveal she was possibly lying about giving a 5-finger slippy reach around to Daz under the sheets on Love Island this year.
You know what? I fucking knew it. Fucking bitch. They allow us to wallow in our own gratification about being right about someone we previously thought might have been deceptive, and to tell ourselves that our instincts are so fine-tuned that they're actually backed up by science, mainly so we can pass judgment on celebrities who achieve things while we sit on the sofa, our brains slowly turning into a mushy paste. It's like wanking to extremely shameful porn, but for your ego rather than your libido.
Hey!
These experts will qualify that this isn't an exact science and that you can't rely on any single cue to detect deception, but you must rather observe clusters of cues to deception, which allows them to weave
Also,
any...
this is great. The little thing here in the background, the fucking over the queen. When was this video made? Was this before or after she died? Okay, it's been definitely before she died, right?
any narrative they like in and out of whichever cues they choose to draw attention to, whilst leaving enough room for reasonable doubt just in case they turn out to be wrong. Or they'll watch retrospective cases in which they already know the outcome
Queen's
of
dead.
an event,
This gal is
and then
funny.
sit there
Yeah, I like her.
postulating about how they would have seen the warning signs. And you
The Queen
too
is
could
dead?
avoid
Oh
having
no,
your
turtle.
body dismembered and disposed of in 12 separate wheelie bins by spotting the twitch in a psychopath's eye if you read my book or book a place on my fucking course 997 down from 1997 today. Ooh, today only. Look, the clock is ticking. You better sign up fast.
Spotting facial emotions is critical to understand people's behavior and their attitude.
I posted a 4-hour debate about biblical slavery into content suggestion. Take it personal if you like. Mooncat. Yes, that is her name. Mooncat. That's hilarious. Addicted to Mosh. I actually would love to watch that at some point. Hold on, that's actually a really good, but 4 hours. Holy shit, dude. Like, whether biblical slavery existed? Hold on, I'm gonna look at it. I'm not watching it right now, but I'm gonna go look at it. Oh, it's Matt Dillahunty. Matt Dillahunty. Oh, ooh, modern day debate. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. I'm just gonna look at it to see if it really truly is 4 hours. Jesus, it is 4 hours. Oh, okay. No, we'll do this another day. I'm really tempted, but we'll do this another day. I promise, okay? This is a banger. Yes, I'm so down for it.
Because you want to know if they are being sincere.
That's not how you would pronounce
maybe
it.
don't
How
have
would you
the
pronounce
best
it, Turtle?
intentions in mind. And that's why I created my complete guide to facial expressions.
I've always felt that people talk about psychopaths very far removed, don't really even understand what exactly a psychopath is, or how they act, or what their body language is, or anything. The whole idea in this video is to pull all the evidence together so you can easily see their psychopathic body language, behavior, and tendencies, so you can more easily identify a psychopath in your own life. Now in the comments, what famous person do you think is a psychopath?
I'm going to leave a link to the video that I made about ways to avoid gaslighting and manipulation, the tools that gaslighters use and how you can counter those tools. Very important stuff, all in the description. Love it.
Body language experts.
Real quick, it's Dr. Josh, an Old Testament scholar. He drops all the knowledge because American Christians lie all the time and pretend the Bible doesn't support chattel slavery, but surprise it does. Okay, so wait, so are they arguing that it existed, or that whether the Bible supported slavery differently? Well, I'll tell you next time we see. Okay, all right, Turtle. I mean, either way, by the way, Addicted to Mosh, either way, I think I would find that interesting, but yeah, no. I feel like it might be whether the Bible supports slavery, right?
Modern equivalent of medieval lie detection techniques or trials by ordeal that conveniently never left much room for the accused liar to be completely exonerated from their supposed insincerity, but left plenty of room for the accuser to decide, based on an inclination, whether they were guilty or innocent. Going all the way back to 1000 BC, in ancient China, those suspected of deception were made to chew raw rice or pasta. If the food came out as dry as a menopausal nun's tampon,
ew,
the
disgusting.
accused was of course a liar. But if they spat out a full-on bolognese with meatballs, they were truthful. But this was rare. In the 19th century, phrenology was believed to be an indicator of whether a person was a liar or not. The founder of skull science, Franz Joseph Gall, had the gall to go around shaving people's heads and then postulated whether their brain bumps made them a liar or not. Of course, nowadays we know better, and it's actually an indicator of how much pussy you get.
Despite its importance, this feature is often overlooked.
Freud even said,
"He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore."
which is probably why he didn't bother trying to hide the fact he wanted to fuck his own mum. Medieval legend claims that if you put your hand in this
Floridian
huge
slip.
flat guy's mouth, he will bite your hand off if you lie, and he still serves as an extremely mediocre tourist attraction to this day. I'm not sure how well this lie detection method worked for the ancient Romans, but thankfully we can consult the Google reviews that they left.
Too many people, and it doesn't really bite.
Horrible.
Not impress us.
Nothing special.
In the 17th century, those who pathetically squealed out in pain after walking on hot coals were considered truthful. It turned out they actually were in agony, and women accused of performing the devil's magic were bound and
Ladies, I'll have you know my hydrocephalus makes me very big-brained.
chucked into bodies of water. If she was a floater,
Amazing.
it meant she must have been a lying witch and sentenced to death by hanging. Of course, if she was a sinker, she was free to live her
Wait, is
life
that from my
as
computer
a bloated
or the
corpse at the
video?
bottom of a lake. In 300 BC, Prince Antiochus was bedridden with a sickness that made his dad all worried, but he wouldn't tell him what was wrong, and because none of them had iPhones yet, they couldn't call Jeremy Kyle for a lie detector test, so they had to get a physician called Erasistratus to take his pulse, and because it went up whenever his stepmom came near, they decided that he had the hots.
Yo, thank you so much, by the way, DJ Interrupted, for stopping by. Yeah, thanks for the lurk. Thanks for stopping by. Have a safe flight.
For her, and I won't say what happened afterwards, but I will say it's probably similar to some very popular videos on Pornhub, so that will give you an idea. Erasistratus is probably dead by now, so here in the UK we've got Judy James on TV, who doesn't seem to have any qualifications except for a PhD, Masters, and I don't know, probably a fucking BTEC in talking absolute shite. Of course, this makes her perfect
I
for
love the
GB
word
News,
shite.
who regularly has her on as a guest, along with this guy.
My next guest has been called the human lie detector. Darren Stanton, formerly a frontline police officer, is now an acknowledged expert in the interpretation of body language, with a particular interest
Point sword, you can said, right? Tee.
in deception detection. I think we should go through some clips of Prince Harry.
Home for me now is you know, for the time being, it's in the States, and it feels that way as well.
Does it?
Yeah, and we've been welcomed with open arms, and it's got such a great community up in Santa Barbara. So
you feel like that's home more for you?
Yeah.
He has no confidence in
The human lie detector is pretty apt though, because lie detectors are pseudoscience too. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I've heard that as well, and like, I mean, all it really does is just tell you that your heart rate is like increasing or whatever. Oh, also the Twitch chat is frozen.
that LA is
Oops,
now home.
sorry.
I don't believe he feels that LA is really home.
Here,
I
let's
think
watch
he's
it catch
homesick.
up, okay? Oops.
And I think that's being conveyed by the body language. A lot of this goes back to primeval days, you know, sort of the fight or flight situation. So if we have to fight, the brain suddenly pumps adrenaline and blood to our hands, and if we want to run away, that's why we sometimes get this shaking our legs if we've, you know, had to run away from something.
Shaking
and
her
now
le-
we've got some Evo psych to explain why Prince Harry is lying about America being his new home. Of course, because the evil sorceress Meghan pussy whipped him across the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, it's popped up again. You know how much I love evolutionary psychology. It's always very evidence-based, like good science is.
I used the survey poll of my ex-girlfriends to find out why my wife left me. Turns out it's because women are hardwired to hate me, and it's not misogyny because I have graphs. I also found that small penis size is correlated with large brain. It's an adaptation for survival, so we don't fall over. No, you're not peer reviewing me. You just can't deal with the hard truth that we need to be breeding our most intelligent, So I should be raw dogging
Breeding our
California
most
right now.
intelligent.
Why won't you debate me? Are you scared of being steamrolled by my hard-to-swallow fact pills?
There's going to be a lot of pop Evo Psych in this video, and I'm going to get
seriously, what is that beep coming
angry about it. Here's Australian TV program The Morning Show, on which there's a regular guest.
Wait, can anyone in chat hear that? I heard like a beep or a boop.
Language analyst.
And then you'll notice that he puts his hands on the insides of his knees and sort of tries to withdraw. And they call that turtling, trying to go back into your shell.
Oh,
Turtle, you gotta pay attention. Wait, I'm gonna go back.
But none of the body language.
You gotta go back. Wait, they talked about turtling.
Turtling
of
his knees and sort of tries to withdraw, and they call that turtling, trying to go back into your shell.
Jenny, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Why the fuck are my alerts not working? Hold on. What's going? There it is. Okay. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Bezos bucks. I needed the burb. It's a good burb. It's really funny because I actually put like not a lot of effort, but I put like I made that burb. Are you Mooncat? I am not Mooncat. I'm definitely not Mooncat. Where we're just reacting to Mooncat's behavior video. But yes, I like made a whole thing, and then I was like, you know what it needs? It needs like the red shaky thing from Twitch. So like all of my like coloring went out the window as soon as I put that filter on. But it's so good, I love it. But yes, welcome in 3141 Zach. Ice Speed says keep doing so thank you. I think I know enough about biblical slavery to answer most questions, but why would I, if Ice watches the debate next week? I just hope it's not the cringy debate. Wait, what do you mean by why would I? It's Pizak? Oh, okay, I like that. Pizak. This one is very cute. It is not cute, Turtle. It is very much not cute. But yeah, yeah, we'll watch the debate. Here, hold on. There we go. Yeah, we'll watch that next week, I think. We'll have like, or at least, hold on. I said we were gonna do flat. Fuck, I'm gonna have to make a schedule for this shit. It's too much content and not enough time.
Oh, right, so he was touching cloth.
She has all the rhetoric, but none of the body language of someone who is actually affectionate. So when he walked up, you would think that you would lean forward and put your arms in the cuddle. Instead, she put her hands flat on his chest and stood bolt upright. He then kissed her. She pushed him away and then moved. She has all the affection of an alley cat.
Well, wouldn't
An
you?
alley cat?
Brown,
Oh no!
curling.
Allie's being called out. Allie's being called out. Meghan Markle's got all the affection of alley cat. We know how much affection alley cat has.
I think
wait, hold on. Sometimes I don't know what questions are and what jokes are. I can explain how the Christians get the consent idea. Wait, okay, hold on. Yeah, Addicted to Bosch. We'll go over the biblical slavery thing at some point. Roast. Pizak, are you where are you from? Are you from like Heem's community at all, or did you just find me like randomly?
For her that we have the tears during this funeral. She was hunched. She was slightly unstable on her feet. She seemed to be favouring one side.
Oh, who's that? Oh, okay. It's a streamer that we watch.
And unstable on her feet.
I was wondering if you were from that community.
She was at death's door. Of course she's hunched. That's like saying, I don't like the way this 1-year-old is crawling on all fours. Stand up and walk like a normal person, you lazy piece of shit, baby.
Harry tapped the order of service on
Not
his
from Hassan?
thigh.
Okay, gotcha,
Now
gotcha.
this is anxiousness. It's
Well,
look
welcome
at that.
in anyway.
It's nerves. But it's disrespect.
I'll tell you what's fucking disrespectful. Judging someone's body language at their grandfather's funeral.
One job. You know, walk, look straight ahead, do nothing unusual, and with none none of the other distractions. It's
The Hassan to Ice Beans pipeline is real. How does that even happen? God damn.
stood out and unnecessary.
I'll tell you what's unnecessary. This TV segment, your entire career. What does this mean? Let's see what America's
so
up
mad.
to.
I think Bernie's lying. We see him, he slouches forward anyway, Joy, but here he turtles. If you look at his eye
he's
level, where he
turtling
normally
again.
answers questions,
It's turtling.
when he makes the denial, his whole shoulders come up like a little kid getting caught. His eye level is below his shoulders. This is trying to hide in plain sight.
'Cause he
has
pauses
numerous
too
hotspots.
much.
He says, well. Liars like to start with, well. He looks away, he laughs. If he said it, which I believe that he did, he would have been better to just own it.
Yeah, okay, real quick. I'm actually very curious now how you found my stream. I'm like curious in the curious way, not in an insulting way. I actually never know how people, like, sometimes, especially when random people come in, it's like I don't know, I guess, like, I you know, it is good to know, like, how people, because I feel like a lot of my chatters, like, come in, well, I mean, some of them come through the tag, right? And I think that's how some people, like, but I'd be interested to know, for example, if you were ever, like, if I somehow ended up on your, like, feed, right? Not that that'll actually tell me anything about how Twitch works, right? But it's, I guess, something. But got bored, went to browse, sorted by least to most viewed, scrolled onto something popped up. In this case, it was Mooncat. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I do sometimes watch Mooncat, not necessarily all of it on this channel. I think, what did we watch? Oh, we watched the Sovereign Citizens one. That was a pretty good one. And I've watched a couple of her other videos, but not all of her content.
Powerful stuff. Joy hiring a lie detector.
Well,
That's
welcome
like
in
Charlie
anyway.
Sheen hiring a
I appreciate that
drug-sniffing
you're here.
dog.
No, it's more like
I don't see how
hiring
turtling's a
Keisha
bad
from the
thing.
Sugar Babes to find out what consciousness is. It's a convenient excuse for reactionary 24-hour news broadcasts to put
Yo,
huge
Turtle! Thank you so much for the sub. Why is it not working? See, it's working in this. Thank you so much, Turtle. Tier 1 sub to 30. Oh, wait, no, it's Pyzak. That's right. Sorry. And thank you for the follow as well. Scoofed. Alright, I'll try to figure it out in the background,
across
okay?
the screen saying
Thank you
things
so
like,
much, Turtle. I really
Joe
appreciate
has
it.
never looked weaker. We don't need a body language expert to tell us Brandon is so old he's
I
in
hear
the
her
process
cat
of
in the
being
background, by the way.
dragged down to hell by Satan himself.
You don't keep that expression on your face for that long. That's that intense.
That's weird, man. That is really weird that they would be going to this length to portray him as something he is not. Bottom line,
Joe has never looked
it
weaker.
seems like we're in trouble with this guy. Am I wrong?
Do you think they realise what a still image is? Oh, but it gets even more insane than that. Americans are even analysing the body language of cereal mascots.
A Cornell University study found that adult
Oh my god, it's
cereals
this
are
woman.
placed on
What's this woman's name? I feel like I know her voice, right? I've heard her voice all the time, but I forget her name.
higher shelves, kids' cereals on lower ones. It's as if from
Oh, we
down
can't see the
there,
video anymore. Fuck.
characters
Hold on. Oops. Sorry. Hold on. See, now it's gonna play the actual alerts. Hold on, let me skip back. I think it was like here. Alright, we'll just do it from here, okay?
We don't need a body language expert to tell us Brandon is so old he's in the process of being dragged down to hell by Satan himself.
You don't keep that expression on your face for that long.
Also, I'm gonna test some follows. These are gonna be
That's
baked.
weird,
okay?
man. That is really weird that they would be going to this length to portray him as something he is not. Bottom line, it seems like we're in trouble with this guy. Am I wrong?
Do you think they realise what a still image is? Oh, but it gets even more insane than that. Americans are even analysing the body language of cereal mascots.
A Cornell University study found that adult cereals are placed on higher shelves, kids' cereals on lower ones. It's as if from down there, the characters are trying to establish eye contact with kids.
Is your breakfast
Okay, yeah, what's this lady's name?
So the boxes.
What was that lady's name? Does anyone know? Also, I'm gonna do a sub test alert just to see if, like, that, you know, like, I'm just gonna see if that, works. Okay, that does work.
Do not fear a man that spams 1,000 memes. Instead, fear a man that spams a meme 1,000 times.
What lady? The lady who was just doing the voiceover, she's very common in, like, a specific, like, this lady. Hold on. This lady.
That adult cereals are placed on higher shelves, kids' cereals on lower ones. It's as if, from down there, the characters are trying to establish eye contact with kids.
Yeah, like, that lady is very, like, her voice is, like, iconic, right? If anyone knows, like, let me know. But in America, she's pretty, like, yeah, I don't know, unique, iconic. Like, she's been around for a long time.
Your breakfast making eyes at you.
So the boxes for the adult cereals, the ones made out of hamster feed, lint, gravel, sawdust and twigs, look straight at
Lou,
you.
that can be
And the
arranged.
children's cereals, made out of rainbows and diabetes, look down at your children at a 9.67 degree angle, which we all know is the angle pedos use. And now they're building pretty sizable audiences and racking up millions and millions of views on YouTube.com. After watching.
Oh no, what's this? Sorry for all the pausing. I swear we're gonna stop being... Oh wait, hold on. No. Oh, I didn't actually copy the fucking link. Hold on. We got this. Oh wait, 20, is that 27 seconds?
I think everyone's staring at you.
Shocking revelation.
I think everyone's staring at you. Yeah, sorry, Pyzak. I swear. I'm not such a big pause, Andy.
Enough episodes of this tripe and subjecting myself to astronomical levels of nuclear conjecture, I can now quite confidently give you a tutorial on how to run a body language YouTube channel. Number 1. Pick a celebrity, preferably a woman that a lot of people already hate. Number 2. Find one interview with them, or even just one fucking still image of them to base your entire video around.
Fucking music,
Number 3, say that you've done some previous research to establish the celebrity's body language baseline.
And I feel like it can be fair and balanced because I've done a number of videos now on Meghan Markle. A number of hours I've studied to notice her emotional baseline.
Or just say that you've gleaned the baseline from the video itself somehow. Fuck it.
So during this first part, we're going to be looking at some of the nonverbal communication that displays itself while the gentleman is responding to more basic questions.
Look at his shirt.
And this will help us establish
That's such a
rough
visually
and
noisy
emphasis
shirt.
on the rough baseline of his normal nonverbal communication.
Number 4, look for deviations from this body language baseline and cues of deception or hidden emotions. Now, say that you've seen a cluster of them.
We see lip licking. This is high sign of stress. It contributes to a cluster of deception. Then we see hesitation as he's trying to formulate an answer. So anytime you hear, that's the thing, here's the thing. So here's what I think about that.
Oh no,
it's
I
just
do those all the
someone
time.
trying to buy time to come up with an answer. And we could see him struggling. As he's saying that, we see an eye flutter. Whenever we do this, remember, it's hard time processing something. So all that stuff before it leads me to believe that that is not exactly very truthful.
These don't have to be backed up by any sort of science. Just make sure it sounds like it could be true and likely follows your audience's preconceptions.
Notice the confused expression on...
3 streams and I'm gonna start reading Ice Beam's body language. Currently, she's freaked out. Oh
on
no.
her face, eyebrows close together, squinty eyes,
I'm
small
about to be
mouth.
clocked.
But we would expect to see the shock, horror, and fear on her face of reliving that day.
Number 5, plug a book or a course that your mostly female audience will respond to by alluding that it will keep them safe from their torsos ending up
Actually,
in a
no, you know what?
wheelie bin.
That actually makes sense because I think I think that one of the things that she mentioned was like the whole like Meghan Markle Harry thing, and I feel like a lot of women are like into that, like that whole drama, right?
Easily see the red flags to look out for to identify
Men don't give a
psychopaths
fuck
in your
about
own life.
people.
Number 6, create a thumbnail in which you include a frame that makes the person look as insane as possible. Arbitrarily draw a circle around any part of that person's face, or even, fuck it, their hair, or just a stock image of some domestic violence. Ooh, what do you think this body language could mean? I think he's saying, your neck looks so very tired from holding your head up all the time. Let me help. Is that better? 7, repeat. 8, profit. Eventually, many of them simply become glorified gossip channels, jumping on the latest Karen video
That last
to give
slide
their
was baldest.
expert psychoanalysis,
True.
dancing between the glaringly obvious
Also, clenched fists are a very strong sign of anger.
and then wild conjecture, such as going the easy route of blaming everything on bad parenting without an iota of background info on the person.
Instead of educating her when she was young that this type of behavior isn't acceptable, her parents simply conceded and gave her what she wanted.
Or they'll completely fall down the tabloid content black hole and end up devoting their supposed body language channel to picking
What the
apart
fuck is that
every move
thumbnail?
of Meghan Markle, but claiming that this shit is backed up by science, so apparently it's educational and flies right under YouTube's harassment policies, when in reality it's straight up pathetic bullying for profit. This man's channel has strayed so far from apparent body language at this point that he's looking at 2 pictures of Meghan and questioning how on earth she could have applied some makeup to her face within the space of 24 hours.
How is it possible that these 2 pictures were taken in less than 24 hours apart?
It's a fucking mystery! But don't worry, they're very forthcoming about the shortcomings of this science, but it's still a science, right? Not a pseudoscience, or it might be a pseudoscience. A bit.
I love the music she does, actually. Actually, you know what's really funny is that like okay, Mooncat is like one of the weird oh, it's a sponsor. Okay, Mooncat is one of the weird YouTube essayists who also like stream on Twitch, but watching them on Twitch is like a completely different experience because when they come onto Twitch, it's like, I don't know, they're usually there to like, either they're gaming or they're just like fucking around, and they're pretty big channels, so like you don't really get seen in these chats, if that makes sense. But she does do like her DJ stuff is usually on Twitch.
We get into that, as I have somewhat mentioned
Oh wait,
before,
hold on, this is
the
sponsor.
biggest threat we face as humankind is
catastrophic climate.
Nope, she's about to say climate change, isn't she? Hold on, let me, how do I skip? I do need to get sponsor block. But also she has to make her money too, right, or something? Okay, sponsored by Ren, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, here we go. Nice, thank you, Mooncat. That's very useful.
When I say see deception, I mean likelihood of deception.
It activates the limbic system. Biology doesn't lie. And if you're arguing against this, you're arguing against biology. I can't lie. I don't want him to be too aroused. But the data doesn't lie. Biology doesn't lie.
Horizontal gaze aversion. This is one of the pre-flight indicators that we teach to police officers.
Yeah, it is easy to get lost in pseudoscience.
Pre-flight?
Trust me, this isn't pseudoscience. Pseudoscience is kind of, it's similar but different.
Body language is really far from being a pseudoscience. It's an actual science. It's not, I'm not making these kind of things up.
We call this a science. It's based in science, but there's a hell of a lot of art to what we do, stringing all these pieces together.
So
So
this
wait, is it science or no?
But strung together in an artistic way, like a Magic Eye poster, or lab rats doing synchronized swimming. Most body language YouTube channels will remain conveniently vague when it comes to how precise.
F-bombs! F-bombs, thank you so much for the raid! welcome in. F-bombed viewers. Wait, what do you call your chatters, F-bomb? Yo, thank you so much for the follow, David's Elber Butel. Oh, thank you for the shout out. Thank you for shouting out before I did it. But yeah, welcome in. How was your stream, F-bombs? I hope you're doing well. We are watching one of my more preferred YouTube essayists debunk body language experts. The EU is pronounced like oi. So David's Ilber Boitel. Okay, very cool. I may call you Davids because that is a bit of a mouthful. I call them their names. Well, come on, you know what I mean, F-bombs. But yeah, how you doing? Thank you for the raid again. It's German. Well, Davids, you are in luck. We have a lot of German. I have a lot of Germans in my chat. All right, bon appetit, F-bombs. Have a good night. What happened to David's gold bag?
What?
Is that what that means? David's gold bag? Oh my god. Yeah, we have quite a few Germans. Well, actually, there's a lot of Germans in like Heem's chat, so by extension, there are a lot of Germans in this chat. But yes, we are watching this Mooncat video. I did intend on having call-ins, but you know. What the hell? Did y'all hear that? I think that actually got past the noise gate.
Jesus.
Motherfucker. That was Mr. Beans, if anyone heard that. But I can't afford that, or Silver Pouch. Wait, hold on. Silver. Oh, silver is... I see. So it's not a gold bag. Oh, so that's why you're asking what happened. But nobody calls in? I know, it's sad. Well, if y'all are still here from F-Bombs raid, you know, please drop me a follow. Join my Discord. I'm currently doing call-ins, so if you have a topic you want to talk to me about, we can do that. I might actually say, like, well, no. No, I'm still willing to do the call-ins, but yeah, like, we are chilling with this in the background, and I'm just working on my animation in the background. Oops, hold on, let me actually get that up. Nope. It's over here. So I'm working on that in the background. But yeah, settle in and, you know, just be chill.
Their analysis is meant to be. But Observe, to his credit, likes to offer up at least an idea.
Speaking on that science, nonverbal communication is on average 70 to
Collins
80%
about whatever,
accurate, with
David.
some leeway on either side. You can.
So like, it could be anything. Usually, you know, it actually can be about anything as long as it's TOS friendly. If you've got like an argument with me, or if you've got like a bone to pick with my views, or you know, if you just want to tell me about your day too, like that's cool too. As long as you're more than a little, well, as long as you're not boring, I think. But you know, I don't know, just call-ins. But I guess also that we'll see. I think it is something that, like, especially as you kind of get to know me. I don't know. I've had people call in and we talk. What was the most recent thing that we talked about? I think we talked about like trans issues one time. The last call in that I had was about my one of our friends, Carol, who was ranting about how her husband's like religious family was making things very difficult. Oh, we can't call if we're boring, Sag. Well, you're not boring, Turtle, so you wouldn't have to worry about that, would you?
Push it up to 100%, but you can also drop it down to worse than a guess.
I think 70 to 80%.
Wait, okay, hold on. What did he actually say?
Leeway either side, which can go down to below.
Hold on. What did he say?
This is meant to be. But Observe, to his credit, likes to offer up at least an idea.
Speaking on that science, nonverbal communication is on average 70 to 80% accurate, with some leeway on either side. You can push it up to 100%, but you can also drop it down to worse than a guess.
I think 70
Okay.
to 80% accurate with some leeway either side, which can go down to below 50% or worse than a guess, is basically code for an opinion I pulled out of my arse. Here are some more clips from
What is he
Observe,
doing? Are you talking about Mr. Bean's Ergy? I don't know what he was doing, but he was having a fun time. Who are the other Germans here? Identify yourselves. Why is he? Because he got excited about something, I'm sure. If the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and humans are made mostly of carbon, do we need to change the mitochondria to renewable? Caps. I'm from the swamp.
which should totally clear up whether this is a pseudoscience or not.
Your brain takes in millions of bits of information per second. We are privy ourselves consciously to a very tiny fraction of that. Like, I think it's maybe 40,000. Don't quote me on those numbers because it's been a while since I've had to do that research. Don't hold the science to my opinion. My opinion's over here, and I keep it educated, but it's still just an opinion and it should be held with a grain of salt. The science just shows that Hair by Jay was insincere. I'll talk about some of my, I don't know, I would say even just assumptions at the end, my opinion side of things, so that's separate from the science, but that'll be at the end. The science says that he was insincere. My opinion says that he was trash. The science doesn't show that. That's just my opinion of what the science is showing.
It is not a complete science as something like psychology is. It is not quite a pseudoscience. It is a mixture in between.
Yeah, I'm completely lost. But nevertheless, they will be sure to try and convince you of all of the science or pseudoscience all of this is based on, which is often evolutionary psychology.
Oh no, not
This
more
part of the brain has
evolutionary
been practicing
psychology.
facial expressions for a bazillion years. This part is pretty damn new at it, and that's why it sucks at equally flexing those muscles on both sides of the face.
So let's. I'm the science guy. The fight or flight
Uh-oh.
response when
The
people say
science
that there's
guy.
fight, flight, faint, or freeze is technically what the new accepted model is.
If she was as frightened as she was trying to portray, that limbic system, that amygdala, would have happened in a millisecond.
In my opinion,
Oh no.
body language and behavior profiling is a lot like meteorology. There's a 99 and maybe 100% chance of precipitation here, which I mean deception. But it's likely
Evil Psych is literally just making shit up. I've heard that as well.
nobody can really put their finger on it because that
Maybe we need to do a deep dive on Evil Psych. Aw.
alien part of our brain doesn't really speak English.
Most of the time, when we instinctively distrust someone, it's because of a past experience, because we just don't like them, or negative stereotypes. Our brains strive to create narratives out of a complex and nuanced world to make sense of it. Humans are pattern seeking because it helps us to learn, but sometimes this causes us to see connections and correlations between pieces of information which, in reality, are completely random.
Oh no. Evolution, can you give me pattern-seeking brain to avoid predators? Yes. Fucking conspiracy shits. Maybe I should study Evo Psych. I'm good at making shit up. Oh
And
no.
sometimes the patterns we choose to see can
Apparently it's
reveal
profitable.
our innermost
Addicted to
desires.
wash.
Such as, have you ever seen a house that looks like a face? Or a cloud that looks like a huge throbbing cock? No, me neither. Confirmation bias helps us massively with pattern seeking and is far stronger than any mammalian intuition we might have, if that even exists. There's no proof that your reptile brain is picking up signals because it's trained over thousands of years of evolution to pick up non-verbal signals before we learnt to use language. These experts will often talk their pseudoscientific bollocks off about the mammalian brain or reptilian brain,
I've heard
which is
something
just
about-
a pop evolutionary psychology
Oh, is
term
it?
for the limbic system. Look, it's like your brain's balls. It supposedly activates your uncontrollable instinctual urges like being
Oh, no.
scared or horny, your fight or flight or suck or fuck response. Then, when humans evolved from reptiles, Pop Evo Psych says we just dumped a load of new brain layers on top, and these are the parts we use to hide these instinctual urges, or do art, or science, or lie our tits off. I'm going to reference a paper here which is titled in a way which, to be honest, all scientific papers should.
This is about to be very anti-reptilian. Okay, so any reptiles in chat, I think you may want to leave. I don't think Mooncat has anything nice to say about you.
Probably be tired.
Why did I get this emote? Oh, good question. I have no idea. Is that a... Wait a second. How? Oh, is that a... Did you... Wait a second. Is that a channel emote thing? Like a channel thing? A channel points thing? I'm pretty sure it is, right? Hold on. I should know my own channel fucking points. Choose an emote? Huh? That's really interesting. Okay, alright, okay. Alright, I'm just checking. That's really... But I haven't done anything. That's really funny. Maybe I added it as a follower, like a follower emote. I just exist. Well, enjoy the emote anyway.
Titles, because then people might actually read them instead of watching YouTubers. I'm linking all of these in a Google Doc in the description, but you won't bloody read them, will you? Yeah, I've got to read them for you. You lazy sods. Absolute cooks to your limbic system, the lot of you. Chasing
See, I told you!
Animalistic pleasure at all times. So, in the paper, Your Brain is Not an Onion with a Tiny Reptile Inside, published in 2020, they explain why this outdated view, still prominent in a lot of psychology discourse, is actually impeding our progress in understanding the human brain. In simple terms, the paper explains that limbic brain theory comes from the belief that humans evolved linearly from reptiles, but this has long been known to be false. Rather, we have common ancestors, fish. So if anything, we should be calling it a fish brain, not a reptilian brain, but that would still be wrong. Evolution happens by existing body parts mutating, not by simply plopping new ones on top of old ones. If that's how it worked, we'd all be walking around looking like this. Of course,
wait, I missed it.
Scientific
Looking
studies
like
on
what?
body language do exist, and they will
I looked away at like the wrong. Oh, I see. Okay.
Of course,
all right,
peer-reviewed
what are you
scientific
drawing
studies
there?
on body
Okay, David. David's here. Let me show you. So I am currently. Oh fuck! Just when I'd close spine 2 here. I will derail everything to show you. I like when my limbic system gets lit up like fireworks. Same, Dzek. Same. So I'm just gonna open up my test burp 2, I think. So I am working on so if you see my little parrot there on the screen, the one that's not on like in the spine animation, he is currently my little mascot, and I'm working on getting this little guy animated. So currently I've just got like, I've just got like a few simple animations down. It is a dinosaur. Yes, truly. These guys are dinosaurs. I thought that was an eagle. Listen, I don't want to I don't want any copyright claims from Legal Eagle, okay? So, are you an animator? I mean, if you can say, if you, yes, if you count this, right? I'm still learning. I'm very much still learning. That walk cycle is cute. Thank you, Turtle. I want it. That's my little bouncy walk. I do need to fix it. I need to make it so that his like wing moves more. I need to offset this so that like it's more like it needs to be offset a little bit so that it's not exactly in time with the body. And I need to fix the feet obviously and make the head like a little bit more realistic, like move it a bit. But that's my like happy walk. I have like a shit ton of ideas. Make your husband put him in the game. Well, okay, so that is the idea, Turtle. I don't know if you heard. I don't think you were here when I showed this earlier to Maruzzi, because Maruzzi, when I was showing It's a, for reasons this is not a legal eagle, it's an illegal beagle. She was like immediately trying to get it to poop. So this is actually the poop animation, but like obviously played over and over. It will obviously play only once. So what's gonna happen is Mr. Beans, the real animator and the real video game designer, slash creator or whatever, he is going to put it into a Unity, like a game for me, so that chat can interact with the bird, and also I can make the bird do stuff on the side. And of course he will also announce my like subs and like my other alerts, but you know, like we'll figure all that stuff out later. But for right now I'm getting started on some like some starter animations. Um so so I'm just, so right now what I'm doing is the all right, let me, mad props to Mr. Bean's alerting. Listen, I don't know how the fuck he did it, okay? I keep telling people this. Like, he's like the only person I know who went into the pandemic and then came out of it with actual skills. Okay? This is the man, this is the same man who when I would ask to draw a picture, he would draw a veiny cock. And now he's like a way better artist than I am. I'd show you his stuff if it didn't dox him, but maybe I'll figure out a way to like show you his stuff without like actually doxing him. But yes, he's gotten very good with what does he use? I mean, obviously he does a lot of Blender. He does like, does he draw better veiny cocks now? You know, I haven't seen any of his later like, you know, like in this period, I haven't seen any cocks recently, but I will ask for you, Orgy. Any example of those mini cock drawings? Listen, that's ice. That's for Ice Beans After Dark, okay? That's not like right now. It's too early for that stuff, okay? But yeah, no, he actually like, does he do 3D modeling, Vedic? You know, again, I like that. That is, I will ask him. You know. All right, I asked him to explain himself. So yeah, so my specialty. Goddamn. But yeah, so he does like Blender, he does he's been working on, he's worked on a couple projects now. Ooh, what the hell is that? I have no idea what that means. Maybe a veiny cock could be the alert. Oh my god. Listen, don't tempt him. He'll actually do it, okay? Don't tempt him. But yeah, so yeah, he's like, he's gonna be the driving force behind the actual and I wish I could show you the bird box, which I know some of you, at least some of you, are familiar with. So he actually made like a whole stream toy for me, in before Mr. Bean's getting Ice Beans banned on Twitch, right? I wish I could show you the bird box and what it like does, but right now it's like the link is like not broken, but I need to re-authenticate it with my Twitch account, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So that's why y'all haven't been seeing it like in the pre-streams. But he did make a like a stream toy for me that was full screen, and now I'm kind of transitioning to something that's more like, I don't know, something that's a smaller part of the stream, like this little bird here up in the, like on top of the screen. So but anyways, that was a long stunlock. So, but yes, sorry, David. I kind of went off the rails. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, right? So right now I'm just basically I'm working on some like wing flap, like basically just like a wing flapping animation. Because some of the behaviors I want, like obviously I want it to be able to like fly, but I also want it to be able to like flap like in the re-emote that I have. I want it to be angry. You are really bad with the stun locks today, I'm sorry. This is what happens when my meds wear off, okay?
Language do exist, and they will get cited by body language experts on the rare occasion to rebut any skeptics. For example, on Last Week Tonight, John Oliver did a piece about police interrogations in which he said that police officers are being trained to use pseudoscientific
I'm using it as a reference,
cues in order to detect deception. The Behavioural
No,
Arts
that's not my
channel
drawing,
didn't
no.
like this and invited on a friend from the Behaviour Panel channel, Chase Hughes, to rebut his claims. So under this video, they cite various studies which supposedly show that there is some scientific consensus around non-verbal lie detection.
You can name studies that didn't work, but there are also enormous amounts of studies that did work.
But here's the problem. I have
Yeah, I'm
read
stealing.
so many
I'm stealing,
peer-reviewed
Turtle.
studies at this point
thieving.
centered around body language, and this is the conclusion that I have come to. Are you ready?
Oh, thank you. Oh no.
There is a lot of profit to be made from government agencies and from the general public that could come from being able to universally read body language and accurately detect deception. So the research gets funded and there is a lot of it. However, I have never investigated a subject with so many peer-reviewed studies surrounding it that directly contradict each other. But that's the thing. This is human behavior. There are huge limitations to be applied to any study that has to conduct experiments on human behavior because you can't control for the situation. You can only control for the person. And even then, you can only control for the person within the confines of the experiment, which leaves you with an extremely limited study. And remember that none of these studies are based around high stakes lies like the ones that they're analysing in their YouTube videos, because that's impossible to study. It's a bit unethical to take study volunteers, bring them to a lab, kidnap their cat and go, convince me you didn't eat that cookie, or Brooklyn here gets it.
Oh no.
These studies generally don't recreate real
the
life
mugshot
lies
dropped.
for various
Oh
reasons,
no. Okay,
but
we got
the
a stun lock for that. Hold on. No. Somebody link it to me. Or here, actually, you know what? I'm gonna Google it. Mugshot. Okay, what is the chances that if I just type mugshot, it'll pop up? Oh my god, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, okay. Hello? Okay, no. Wait, this can't be it. No. That's not it. Hold on. Let me actually go to an actual news site. Mugshot. Okay, shut up. Show me the actual mugshot. Oh my god, I'm gonna kick something. Live updates. Okay, hold on. None of these are showing me the actual fucking mugshot. Hello? See mugshots for... No, I don't want to see... Okay. I'm about to lose it. Inmate. Yeah. This isn't it. Is this actually fucking it? Okay, CNN. Why am I not logged into? Oh no. Hold on. It wasn't Russia, it was me, you know, for the shits and giggles. Big Bird Bob. Wait a second. Have I seen you before in here? Can somebody link me this actual mugshot? Because I'm not apparently signed in. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Maybe we will get it one day. Okay, there we go. Oh no. Okay, where did that actually go? Sorry, friends. Here we go. CNN on X. My mugshot. This is it? This does not look like a mugshot. This looks like this looks like a what's the word? I feel like I need what's the look from Zoolander? Zoolander? Is it Zoolander? Blue Steel? Right? Anyone else? Angry sex pose. He's got a little Blue Steel going on. And Magnum. Okay, wait, and Magnum. Let's see if it's Magnum. Although I'm fairly sure that they are almost exactly the same. But let me look. Oh my god. No, it's not really Magnum. It's more Blue Steel, I think. This is this Trump would fit into the movie Ferrari Latique. Let's see. Oh wait, here you go. Here they are. Here they are. Wait. All right, there you go. Oh, I don't know. I listen. I'm just saying that like. I'm just saying that. Oh man, I don't know. This looks more like a Blue Steel to me. Your stream is drowning out the cries of the orphans next door. 6'3" and 215 pounds. Was that his booking details? Oh my god. I speak for everyone when I say we want Donald Trump back in office. He's innocent. Make America great again. They did, bro. Like. Oh, amazing. The jail record shows that Trump is 6'3" tall and weighs 215 pounds. He's listed as having blue eyes and blonde or strawberry hair. He was booked as inmate number. Oh, interesting. So now, does that mean that this was not the actual mugshot? That cannot have been the actual mugshot. That's a fucking lie. Oh, okay, that's a lie. Oh no, the real one is apparently this one. He's the actual real one from my official sources. Oh, now people are like, oh, this was supposed to be released tomorrow, so this one isn't real? My god. The level of, like, misinformation or whatever. I don't know, not misinformation. The level of distrust in media is crazy. Alright, well, that's very funny. I'm probably going to... okay, I am probably going to make this meme. And put, like, Trump in all four. Right? Is that what I should do with this meme? In everything, it's bad. He's not allowed to use social media anymore. Oh wait, really? At all? No way he's gonna hold to that. There's no way he's going to follow that. There's no way. No. Oh no. Oh no. That's so funny. Oh no, that's worse than like if he'd actually gotten a prison sentence. Like Jordan Peterson. Wait a second, Jordan Peterson also couldn't use social media anymore? Oh, was it because he was like banned off of so many platforms? Has Jordan Peterson ever actually been like, like arrested for anything? Or like for something that would entail him not being able to use social media? Holy shit, that's crazy. Okay, look, okay, I am gonna do it. I'm gonna make this edit, okay? I'm gonna put it on Twitter. It's what I do on Twitter, is I meme on Twitter, if anybody's here and doesn't know. Oh. Oh, my bad, just not to intimidate people anymore. Oh, okay, so he can't, like, okay. Turtle with the misinformation, jeez. Jeez Louise. Let's take a look. Jordan, oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay, wait, is this new? Oh, it was literally yesterday? Holy shit, I corrected myself. What do you mean a correction at the bottom of the page? Okay, okay, well, what is this? An Ontario court ruled against psychologist. Hold on, let me make it bigger. Media personality Jordan Peterson upheld a regulatory body's order that he take social media training. No way. Social media No, that's so condescending. Oh, that's funny. To undergo a coaching program on professionalism in public statements. Wait, can they actually order him to do that? Hey, Kaikord, how you doing? Welcome in. Well, I say welcome in. I'm about getting ready to wrap up soon. But, we're just kind of going over some interesting, mugshot-related stuff, and then also this thing, which I didn't know that, Okay, so this is what it's about. So it's about like his like, oh shit, that's not how you do that. Stop. Why am I doing this? His jail record. Is that the real Trump mugshot? Yeah, apparently this is the real Trump mugshot right here. I think it is. I think it's got like very blue steel quality to it, but to be honest, like it's pretty similar, right? Okay, so here's a question, chat. Should I only replace Trump's like face in just this one, or should I put it in all four? What do you think? I feel like I should do all four, but I think that just the names are enough to like let people know what this is from. Okay, so yeah, so this guy, so Peterson did, okay, disorder is not disciplinary and does not prevent Dr. Peterson from expressing himself on controversial topics. It has a minimal impact on his right to freedom of expression. Oh no. There's no way he's gonna take this well. Peterson has said his statements were not made in his capacity as a clinical psychologist, but instead were off-duty opinions, an argument the court rejected. Dr. Peterson sees himself functioning as a clinical psychologist in the broad public space where he claims to be helping millions of people. Peterson cannot have it both ways. He cannot speak as a member of a regulated profession without taking responsibility for the risk of harm that flows from him, speaking in that trusted capacity. That's actually, like, a good point, right? And actually, isn't that what kind of people, isn't that what we all, like, argue about whenever we talk about, like, the responsibility of streamers to be, like, to prevent things like brigading and, like, the whole the amber light thing, right? Maggots must be seething right now? True. Peterson says he has zero regrets. Oh no. Peterson said he will take the training in broadcast. Okay, now listen, okay? Real talk though. I want to know, I'll be interested to know what this training sort of consists of, but I don't know that this is really like the way to go with him, right? Because I feel like, okay, so look, right? He's already going to just like make content on it. And he's gonna say, oh, look at how stupid this was, and look at how woke they are. Like, look at the prevalence of, like, the woke moralism, right? Like, it's even in the court system now, and they can make you take this sort of shit. Like, it's just all going to be wrapped up in the persecution complex that he has, right? Or that the right kind of has in general about this stuff. So, I don't know if I really, like, like this training. You're not the only one that had this thought. Oh no. I mean, I just think that it's going to be like just by reading this, you know? Oh, here we go. I'll comply with their regulations, but I'm not going to do it in secret. And the reason I'm not going to do it in secret is because I don't believe I've done anything wrong. Like, he's not going to change his mind, one. But this isn't... Oh, no. Here we go. Oh, no! No! I thought you were talking about my other thing. No, you can't steal my meme like this. Fuck! Okay. You know what? Okay, we're gonna wrap up stream. I'm gonna work on this meme. I'm gonna post on Twitter, and I'm gonna post in the Discord, okay? I just like things that make Peterson upset. Argy? Okay. Okay. Yes, I like that idea. And, like, look, I don't think that Jordan Peterson is gonna be someone that will ever, like, change his mind on any of this, right? So in a way, I agree in that, like, probably we should be kind of focusing more on the people who are actually, like, buying into his stuff rather than the man himself, right? But just because he's such a loudmouth about it, national security rests on your meme downs. I think I could do a better thing. Like, this is like, come on. Like, this is lazy. This is lazy memeing, okay? I don't know. I think that, like, even if it was like a fine or something, or even if it was just straight up like banning him from social media, for example, right? Not that the courts have that kind of power, but let's just say that they did, right? Let's just say that they had the power to, like, stop him from posting on social media. At least then the persecution that he would cry would be more along the lines of, like, oh, they're trying to silence me, and you know, like, things along that vein. Like, we've heard that kind of stuff before, right? What we haven't really, or at least what I haven't really seen a whole lot of, is them, like conservatives crying about how the courts are now ordering, like, woke training, like, you know, like brainwash, like it's court ordered brainwashing. Like, this is absolutely how it's going to get painted, right? And he's essentially going to be broadcasting this training, and it's going to get taken apart, and, like, kind of how we take apart a PragerU video, like, it's going to be taken apart in that way. And I guess that, like, would that really help? You know what I mean? At least if it would help, then I'd be okay with that. But I don't think it would help, because he's not going to change his mind, and B, there's not enough, like, punitive. Does that make sense? Am I saying, like, am I making sense? I'd just rather that he get a fine. Communist re-education. Yeah, I mean, that's how they're going to paint it, right? And it's going to be this whole thing. Unless they have data that actually shows that it's actually going to work. But I feel like even the data might not, like, you know, I'll look into this data, but I feel like I've seen, like, I've seen things where basically it's like, if you try to, like, okay, actually, no, you know what I've seen it in terms of, like, vaccine denial, right? If you try to show, like, anti-vaxxers, like, proof that, like, vaccines work and stuff like that, like, it actually makes them, like, dig their heels in harder, right? It makes them, like, be even more, if they don't get, like, not converted, but, like, if they don't get swayed by it, it's gonna actually make them swing in the opposite direction. So I feel like this is going to be the same thing, right? Especially when it's something that's, like, court ordered. You're forced to be there. It's why I don't, for example, believe in, like, I think, like, I've kind of settled on, like, remember the whole pronoun thing that we had, like, you know, we're always having pronoun debates, right? But there was a debate that I participated in not too long ago that was basically about, like, essentially, like, pronouns in the classroom, and whether those things, you know, whether it's good to, like, enforce those things. And I think I was actually sold on the idea that, like, I don't actually think it's good to enforce pronouns, because you're not going to, the reason for enforcing pronouns is to kind of get the people who are not on board with the idea to get on board with the idea, right? Like, that's why you would want to enforce them. However, that's not how you're going to get these people to get around to that idea. You have to make them actually, like, believe it or respect it. And if you're doing that through, like, authoritative ways, I don't think that that's possible. Man, I've been laughing at... Welcome in, Mr. Brain Dead. Rudy's is great. He looks like Waldorf from the Muppets. Okay, here we'll look. We were looking at this earlier. We were looking at the Batman villains one. But we will look. Oh, hold on. That didn't work. Let me see this one. The Rudy from the... Waldorf from the Muppets? Here, let me look it up. Waldorf? Oh, this guy. Nice. Waldorf has a longer face? Wait! Hold on. Why, actually, you're right. This guy. I don't know. I feel like this guy's like, what's his face? McConnell. Very similar, like the hair, yes. But, like, this is very, like, this part especially is very, McConnell. Not the ass chin. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, friends. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna find somebody to raid out into. I'm hungry. Mr. Beans is patiently waiting for me to be done so that he can start dinner. Let's see who's streaming, okay? I think what, no, I don't want to hear your stream. I just want to, like, see who's on Twitch. No, please do not. So we're gonna be back on Sunday. I am gonna be doing some gaming. I don't know what yet, but I will figure it out. Thank you so much for hanging in chat with me. Is there someone that y'all would like to be rated to? Let's see. I wish I could raid I'm Really Important, because he would actually probably be covering this stuff, but I'm pretty sure that he can't, he doesn't receive raids. We could go to female eunuchs again, but I know we did that recently. Doodleburb? Oh, okay. I wish Jack Beckett was on. Let me see. Oh, Jason Society? Hold on. Let's see what 34. 22. Alright, let's see what we're doing, and depending on what they're doing, I will make my decision. Oh wait. Why does it always? Oh no, I got hit with an ad right away. Fuck. Alright. Talking about mugshots. I'm waiting for the ad, friends. Doodle is great. Yeah, okay, alright, let's do Doodle. Just some vibes. I don't have anyone to wreck. Oh, that's alright, Kaicord. We'll raid Doodleburb. A fellow burb. They also do digital art, and they do a lot of chill stuff. So if you're still in here, go ahead and what is the raid message? Oh, good question. Ah, fuck, what is the raid message? What's our raid message? I need more memers in my chat to come up with, like, funky raid messages on the fly, okay? Hey, don't leave just yet. Don't leave just yet. Okay, if you've got my emotes, go ahead and say burb raid. Here we go. Alright. Let's do burb raid. Alright. Everyone, y'all have a great night. I will be back Sunday morning. And then again, we will be back on Tuesday to do more React stuff. We have a ton of shit to react to now, thanks to Addicted to Mosh. So thank you so much for everyone for being here. And y'all have a great rest of your week. I will see y'all on Sunday. Have a good night, y'all.